insane, if I can say that.
Yep.
Well, you know what?
Mm.
I mean, we got time. I mean, we can, you want to get some, we have a segment what we call Get Shit Up Off Your Chest Sundays.
Like,
So,
listen, if I'm patronizing your business, I shouldn't have to like, hound you. Or if I shoot a message and say, "Hey, what's the status on such and such?" and you don't respond for days, not hours, but days, but I see you all up and down social media. I have a problem with it.
Hmm.
yeah, we finna jump into that right now. We want to welcome everybody to the Petty Crew Podcast radio show. We are live and ready to rock and roll. So if you guys are tuned in, please make sure you start a watch party, share it to your groups, tag somebody because we have a great show lined up for you guys today. In the building, we're gonna start with the ladies. Miss April, how you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing? I
Man, we
don't
good
feel good. That's why I'm not live.
already. In the building, we have our special guest co-host, founder of Diva of Dallas. How you doing, CReneé? What's good, C?
I am doing great. Hey guys, hey, what's going on? I'm doing good.
Okay, we're gonna
Trying to
get
get
into how you
this
feeling.
camera situated.
Yeah, you got some stuff to get off your chest, so we gonna let you get that off your chest. Then, man, my other partner in crime, this smooth cat right here, B Rock. What's good, B?
What's good? What's good? Y'all know what it is, man. It's draft weekend, so I've been in football mode all weekend. Go Cowboys.
Yeah. Oh, there you go with that bullshit. Listen, we have a great show lined up, and we gonna jump into a little small part of draft because the real entertainment wasn't so much the people who were drafted, but the reactions and some stuff went on between a couple of people that made headlines on social media, which pretty much overtook the draft in general. Uh, Again, we have a great show lined up, man. We're gonna jump into Atlanta mayor who received some racist texts. We're gonna jump into the mayor of Las Vegas and what she got going on with her head and thinking that she can have Las Vegas be a test group. We also go jump into uh, what's his name, the basketball player, Steven
Steven
Jackson.
Jackson
Yeah, Steven Jackson, man, he always
got the
is
jack.
dropping some dimes to the young men. He talks about how he literally left his fiance at the altar. And we're gonna get into this what I call white people tears. In Idaho, there was a white woman who was arrested for basically her kids playing at the park. I guess somewhere in Idaho, they must be really enforcing this stay at home. As you guys know, we are in the middle of this pandemic that people act like is, fake. So with that being said, man, we really want to. I want to turn it over to CReneé real quick because before the show started, she has some stuff she want to get off her chest, and it's honestly something that we definitely want to jump into regarding Black business. So let us know what's going on. We call these type of moments "Get Shit Off Your Chest" Sunday. So what you want to get off your chest?
Listen, y'all know, as everybody else know, I'm all for entrepreneurship. And I do my best to support and patronize as many, I can't say everybody, but I am one. I will be your biggest fan, advocate, customer, client, whatever you want to call it. But it just really gets under my skin. There was a couple of things that I've ordered and purchased from several different Black owned businesses, and the lack of communication, the lack of customer service, it's it shouldn't even be cause for. Like, just because you feel like I'm your friend, or oh, that's just, it, treat me as if I was a stranger. Treat me as if I'm the person that's going to make your company $1 million company. Don't just sit up there and be like, oh, I just put her off and I get to her when I get to. What I cannot stand is if I send a message via text, Facebook inbox, IG inbox, whatever, if I'm sending a message and I'm saying, hey, can you just give me a quick little status on, XYZ, whatever I ordered, and you don't respond to it for days, not hours, but days. And I know you don't respond. And then sometimes, you know how Facebook and Instagram can tell all your business because it'll say seen.
Mm-hmm.
And some text messages tell all your business too because it'll say read or read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those read receipts.
Not if you got an Android.
Well, yeah,
I'm
that's
just
true
saying.
too. Right.
I just cannot stand, and I see you all up and down social media doing, whatever. Hey, whatever you do, that's your business. But if you have a business, guys, we have got to do better. We have absolutely got to do better. And you always hear people talk about supporting yours, supporting the Black community, patronize your sisters and brothers' business. Sister can't pick up the phone. If my brother can't pick up the phone and tell me, when I'm gonna get whatever, my tennis shoes or my t-shirt, whatever it is that I ordered, if you can't pick up the phone and just keep the lines of communication open, then why do I want to patronize your business? I just got my furniture last night. I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick, and I'm gonna get off my rant.
No, you good.
I ordered furniture. Now, granted, Corona did happen. I get it. I get Corona happened. I ordered furniture from a Black-owned business at the end of February. I just got it yesterday. And you know why I got it yesterday? Because I had to go to that furniture company in person, or that store in person, and have a real nice, polite, but stern, with my eyes kind of rolling, but not rolling, conversation with the manager and say, I have spent too much money in this place for me to call and you guys not give me a good answer or a direct answer. And you keep telling me, well, we'll call you back tomorrow, and you never call me back. It took me to walk up there and ask and inquire and fuss for them to call me back that same evening and say, can we set up an appointment to deliver your furniture tomorrow?
So I got a question for you. So we're talking about two different things, right? Your furniture people and what happened with another order, right?
And some more orders, yes. Same.
Okay.
But it's all Black-owned business.
Right. I patronize Black-owned business as much as possible, especially people who own my social media page. I can remember, and I understand exactly how you feel, because I can remember when we first started our show, and I was looking for somebody to do our logo, our first logo, the one you see with the radio, and reached out to this guy. He was out in Georgia, and under the same situation, I had to literally bring in PayPal, because he was like, oh, I have it turned around in a couple of days, woo, 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 woo. A couple of days turned into, a week turned into 2 weeks. And I mean, the dude make great work. That's why I wanted him to do our logo. And so PayPal had to intervene. That's what I love about PayPal. Either you go give that product or you go pay it back, one way or the other. And it's sad because literally it forced him to just send over the damn files. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Give me just what I paid for and we good. And sadly, what happened is when we had these situations with Black businesses, it put a cloud over all Black businesses. Unfortunately. You know how we do. We don't, it's somehow, for some strange reason, we treat white businesses different than Black businesses. When one Black business mess up, every Black business needs to make sure that their customer service is straight. Right. But we don't really do that with, white-owned businesses. But, I mean, so what you're going through is understandable. If you expect for a product to be given to you, do it. I have some stuff that's coming our way from Jamaica. Mm-hmm. I just sent a message, hey, listen, what's going on? The timeline was from this time to this time. Young lady responded back.
Communication, that's simple. That's all I ask. Just communicate. I mean, just acknowledge. If I send a message, acknowledge it and say, you know what? I received your message. This XYZ. But when you ignore, when you intentionally ignore, like that, to me, that's hard. That's bad customer service, period. Yeah,
most definitely. We act like we balling like that. I don't think nobody's that busy that you can't take time out to respond to an email at some point. We get 24 hours. Right. A text message at some point to say, hey, listen, this is where we are. And like I said, I got some coming from Jamaica. That's understandable. Right. with what's going on, coronavirus and all that, to be told only to, plane only come twice a week. I get that. There was some communication. Okay, well, cool. I'm fine with that. But if you're local, you really shouldn't be having a problem with at least reaching out. And that's one of my biggest things with just anybody communicating. If you communicate with me, we good. But it only takes one time for me to do business with you and see where you are and what you got going on. And I never do business with you again. I don't believe in that just because you Black, I support you. I would do it just to see what you have, just to see the quality of work you giving. And then on the other side, the customer service side of it. If you crappy on the customer service, that money is gone. We go call that a day, and then we go keep it moving. What about the rest of y'all?
I feel the exact same way. If I'm spending my money, it don't matter who you are, because if I have bad business at one Walmart, I won't go back to that Walmart. That's why I don't buy Dove products. That's why I don't eat at Waffle House. That's why I don't shop at Gucci and all these racist ass stores like that. I don't spend my money with white customers if they don't. I don't spend my money where I'm not welcome, or where I'm mistreated, or and then some Black owned businesses, it's like they don't have an alternate suggestion. Like, if you don't have this, it's just, we don't got it, or we're not going to do it, and it's done deal. They don't try to comp your time for shopping at their business. And I can go to, a chain restaurant and have bad service, and my meal is comp. Some Black owned businesses, it's like, nope. And that right there, when you don't, that's not customer service. You have to be all the way around with customer service. And also, these customers that go to Black owned businesses need to stop thinking that we, just because we Black, we get discounts or we get this and that. You have to do it on both ends, because I have a lot of friends that have their own businesses, especially in the beauty, hair industry. I've seen where girls will go get their hair done, look just like the picture, and then dispute it with PayPal. And now you done got a free service, because PayPal is just going to give them their money back and take it back from the stylist.
Wow.
And I don't think that's fair either. So
I
look at it from both sides.
I look at business the way I look at myself as a consumer, and very rarely do I go into a business and say, I'm your Black customer. Hi, I'm B, I'm your Black customer. No, I'm your customer. So if I'm coming in as your customer, be it your business is Black owned, white owned, Jewish, Asian, Hispanic, whatever the case may be, I'm coming in for a service, and I expect the service to be up to the caliber of what I'm paying for. If it's not, be it Black, white, or indifferent, I'm going to deal with you accordingly. So I do understand that a lot of people feel like, oh, well, it's Black owned, you should, give us a shot. If I'm spending my money, we past that point. My money don't know what color you are. My money know that I exchange you for a good or a service. And if I'm not receiving said good or service, then I'm going to go on to the next Black, white, Latino, Asian, whatever business has that product that I need to get the job done that I'm trying to get done.
Right.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Again, man, we can't get complacent, especially in Black business. We just can't afford to be complacent. And there's also arrogance when you're not getting back to the people who are, giving their money to you. It is just, it is what it is, all the way around the board. You might be doing okay, but I don't think that gives you every right to be shitty with business, because what's going to happen is, to see your experience, you go tell somebody else, hey, I really wouldn't fool with them, because I would do it in a heartbeat. Because if you treat me a certain way, I'm going to tell my people, you know what, now you don't need to freak with them, because they're really not
shady.
Good. Right.
This is one thing I will say in regards to that. And this ain't a Black, white thing or anything like that. I think this is a people thing. People are more apt to share their negative experiences than they are their positive. So I think businesses should look at that, and especially Black businesses. If you want that support, you need to understand that people will be more prone to share a negative experience than they will a positive. So if I go in here and I have, you know, I get piss poor service, I'm probably going to share that with every person I come across who's in the market for whatever it is you provide.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, if I just have good service, I might only tell 1 or 2 people. And I'm not saying that it shouldn't be different. I'm just saying that that's kind of a human nature thing. Now, if I go in there and you blow my mind away, I might be sharing it with some folks. I might even give you a Yelp review on that one. But I think businesses in general have to realize that those negative experiences travel a lot further than the okay ones.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely
You know
agree,
what,
man.
Rob? And you know what, this is, I love how you put that. I'm the total opposite. I could so put these people on blast right now, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I have this whole little this hashtag called "Let me patronize your business." So anytime I patronize someone's business, I will take pictures, whatever. I'll rock it if it's something to wear, whatever, and I put them on blast and say, "Hey guys, go support this business. Go get whatever it is that you need. XYZ." I'm frustrated with some of the people that I have ordered stuff with. I'll deal with them one-on-one. I'm not gonna publicly humiliate them, but that's just how I'm wired. Sometimes I wish I was wired like 90% of America who will put people on blast, but I won't do it.
Yeah.
Like that. This is how I'm doing it right here. I'm being very as candid as I can be.
Right. And I totally get that. And I mean, and there have been times where don't get me wrong, I ain't out here just giving negative Yelp reviews on everybody and all of that. But I will say that you know, I have, you know, I've had to catch myself and be like, you know what? I've been here before and it was good and I didn't say nothing and this person tripping, so I'm not finna trip now. But I do know that, you know, just human nature, more often than not, when you hear about somebody's review, it's probably negative. I don't know if that's because we as a people thrive off the negativity, or if a negative experience just has more of an impact on us in the moment. Because more often than not, that's what I think. I think when you're going into an establishment and you're spending money, your hard-earned dollars, when you get something positive, it's almost a sense of entitlement. I worked hard, I'm paying for it. It should be good.
Yeah.
So when I work hard and I'm paying for it and the shit is bad, then it's like, hold on, what the fuck? So it kind of affects you a little differently. And I think that may be why people are more prone to share those negative experiences and say, hey, don't mess with XYZ company, man. I went to them 37 years ago and they forgot my shoelace, even though they replaced it. I needed that shoelace that day. Yeah, it just, you know, it's just one of them things.
Listen, if you're watching and you have a business, communication is key. If you want people to frequent you on a regular basis, you know, I'm one of those. I do pride myself in supporting a Black business. If they got something, a product or service that they offer, you know, I try them out. If it's good, I keep on going to you. What's up, April?
I wanted to say, because I noticed now that you know, you can leave a Facebook review, and I've seen mainly with Black-owned businesses, where a customer will go in. Actually, well, I'll give you an example. My niece went to this daiquiri shop restaurant, Black-owned, and they promoted one thing, but when she got there, they wouldn't honor it. So she went on Facebook and blasted them on their page. And she just she didn't really blast. She just said, you know, she went in and they wouldn't honor the deal that they had on their page. And whoever, I guess, is in charge of the Facebook page, he responded, restaurants or businesses, they'll respond, they'll say, I'm sorry that happened to you, blah, blah, you know, blase, blase. If you come back in, we'll honor it. No, this man went and, you know, got fly with her on Facebook on their own page. And then when my niece, I guess he remembered who she was, because she went back the following week and they put her out because of what she posted.
Oh,
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've never seen and heard nothing like that. And even then, it just goes back to what I'm saying. You can't be so arrogant in your business that you are above criticism if something went on. Especially
Right.
again, if you say
Yeah.
one thing, if you put it out on social media and then somebody goes to your business because of what you put on social media, again, you expect for that to be honored, not turn around and be told, whatever. And then when you go back to that business, they throw you out.
Right.
Well, to be honest with you, I want to know the name of the business. You know what I'm
It was
saying?
Daiquiri. It was on Hewlin. Daiquiri, somebody on Hewlin, but I don't think they're even in business anymore.
I wonder
See,
why.
right. I'm gonna say, see how that go. See, when you get the
Hey, never heard of
listen, when you put out there bad seeds, don't expect for it to grow into
Mhm.
something good. It
And
is
I
what it is.
seen the actual response, so it's not like she was telling me. I went on the page and could see the conversation. So, yeah, that's what I was like. Oh my God, I can't.
Again, newsflash to all you black
Would
businesses
you
if you're
even get
watching.
combative with a customer?
Right. It is, if you work in customer service, as they say, in retail, it is the business job, the company's job to please the customer by any
Mm-hmm.
means necessary. If that's replacing a product, if it's giving a credit, something, because you want them to come back. You want them to turn around and say, well, hey, I did business with these people and they were who they were. When I had an issue, they fixed that issue. Not turning around and saying, well, you know what, we're not gonna deal with it. Because I leave reviews on Google. And
Mm-hmm.
so what
That's a
I
good.
found out is, they do pay attention. These companies do. And
They do.
I went to a daiquiri place up the street from me. Daiquiris were great, on point. I bought my daughter some wings. And so I was like, left a review. Daiquiri was great. Wings could have definitely been a little bit better. Fries were rubbery. I think a day later, the woman or somebody that owned the business, she responded. Was nothing negative. Hey, you know what? We sorry about that. You come back. We'll make sure, everything is cool. Went back the next day. I bought another daiquiri and I bought their fish plate off the freaking chain. Fries was cool. So what did I do? I went back to the review and updated the review. You get what I'm saying? Because that means that somebody was paying attention. Somebody looked at it and said, well, hey, this is what somebody left. And if he leaves that, who else is going to look at that when they run across that review? And so,
Right.
and that's kind of how you want the business to be. Maybe it was just an off day to, whatever it was, fries. But that was a business that turned around and said, you know what, we'll fix that problem, come back, and the food was great. And so again, I think it just goes back to the integrity of the owner. Everybody in business really shouldn't be in business. Just because you got the bread to go in business don't mean that that's for you. It is what it is. You get what I'm saying? We think we get a little money, we can buy a little product, go buy a little logo. Come on, man, you know how it works. It ain't like you got a brick and mortar. Everybody ain't got no brick and mortar building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you laughing, CReneé, because I guarantee you, whoever you doing business through outside of that furniture store, I'm sure I can. If you gave me their address, it wouldn't be to a building. Now you don't have to be petty, but we're intelligent with our pettiness. You ain't even got to tell me to look at you. Your face says it all right there. So we got to really keep it 100.
Your imagination.
Yeah, I already know what it is.
But also everybody's experience, mate. I don't judge it off on everybody's experience. Now, if they just have piss poor, where everybody, I got 10 bad reviews and only one, then yeah.
Yeah, you got to question that.
To outweigh the bad has to outweigh.
Right.
So,
yeah. Or the bad just got to be so egregious that it's like, all right, I can't.
Right. I mean, it is what it is. Again, man, we have to, we go do business. Let's be professional in our business. Like you said, it don't matter if you're black or white. The thing is, and do I believe in second opportunities? Yeah, just depending on my first experience with you.
To an extent, for me, it depends on how much I'm spending.
Right.
I mean, because I do, because don't get me wrong, I'm a firm believer in you get what you pay for. So if I'm going to the little hood shop on the corner where you getting a 5-piece wing and some fried okra and a drink for $4.99, and all right, if they fuck up, I kind of expect they gonna mess up every now and again. You get what you pay for. If I go to if I go to Capitol Grill and my steak ain't right, it's a problem. First time. The first time. So
what you say the first time? Nigga, I already know what I'm gonna spend. Get it straight.
Right. So it does weigh for me. I can't speak for everybody else. Service is always service always has to be a premium, but I'm just talking about product in particular. I am more prone to feel some type of way depending on the amount of money I'm spending for said product.
Right.
Now,
yeah, like you said, $5.
I don't cut no corners on service, and you can blame Chick-fil-A for that because you ain't got to spend a lot of money, and I swear that's the best customer service in the industry.
Every fast food restaurant, every build, whatever training they go through, that needs to be across the board. Period. Point blank.
Yeah.
Now I will say Sonic is real good.
Sonic is good. Sonic is good.
Yeah.
I have a supersonic day. Thank you. I will.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even know what a supersonic day was, but I will have one. I will have
again,
one.
It goes back to training. And again, a lot of these people don't look at training their employees or feel, especially if they only run a one-man business.
They don't see it as an investment.
Training is Walmart. Walmart associates need that training. So now I will say that.
I mean,
since we throwing people out there, Home Depot.
What's up?
Home Depot.
Home Depot.
I was at Home Depot a couple times this week because I had some stuff I'm trying to take care of at the house, and it's a lot of associates walking around Home Depot. I won't say which Home Depot, but it's the one off of 360 and Camp Wisdom. Anyway, not to be specific, but the one next to the Super Target. But anyway,
that's the mayor of Pettyville right there.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a lot of associates in there, and let's say I cross paths with 20 of them in three visits. Maybe one actually was helpful and went out of their way, hey, came up off his little scaffold thing. Hey, do you need any help? Can I help you find something? Other than that, people didn't know where shit was. You talk to them, they start walking faster, oh shit, somebody might need some help. They get on their little walk.
One of the masks on, them Corona masks, they'll ask if you need help.
I mean, look, I don't even think it mattered. You ask them, hey, when you finally do get somebody, hey, do you know where this is? Oh, it's in aisle 5. You get over to aisle 5, it's not even the same.
Right. Yeah, it ain't even in the area.
It ain't even remotely close.
Right.
If I'm looking for kitchen sink stuff, they done sent me the porcelain tiles for the bathroom. It just
whatever happens.
Y'all got to do better.
Let me walk
Home Depot got to do better.
Right.
Home
And again,
Depot got to do better.
It's just one of those things that especially on that type of level. Yeah,
I'm 38 and I'm fussing about Home Depot. I'm an old motherfucker, man.
Listen, no, it don't matter if it's Home Depot, McDonald's, any company. I mean, because again, retail back in the day prided themselves on customer service. If you worked in any industry, in any of that, it was about customer service, making sure, hey, can I help you out? And you're right. Hell, you walk up in Home Depot, all they doing is standing around.
Yeah. It's a lot of them too. They got a whole lot of people working, but ain't nobody working.
Right. Ain't nobody really working.
Last time I went to Home Depot, so I don't know.
I think I was there 2 weeks ago. But again, man, it just goes back
Lowe's,
to
I'm coming for you. I'm coming because Home Depot I'm gonna give you a shot, Lowe's. You're a little further away, but I'm gonna give you a shot.
And that's why you got competition where one might not be for you and taking care of business. You can always frequent somebody else. And so again, for you black businesses out there, what we're saying to you is one, you need to communicate. When we frequent you, when we give you our money, we are expecting that product. And if we ask questions about it, there shouldn't be an attitude about asking about a product.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's kind of
You get what I'm saying? That young lady responded back to me, "Hey, this is the situation. What happened? What'd you
I
say,
said
B?
you get cussed out with that one. You get
Mhm.
attitude
With
for
what?
asking the question. When
Oh
somebody
yeah.
asks, I ask a question, and
Listen,
please get
And quit
attitude.
putting Big Mama at the register with the attitude, Lord. That
yeah,
irks my
Yeah, let Big Mama
last
cook.
nerve.
Big Mama can have attitude in the kitchen.
Yeah,
let
exactly. Not at the
let Big
register.
Mama prep some shit. How about that?
Yeah, because you know she gonna do it right. She gonna be mad, but she gonna do
Right.
it right.
We ain't
So
got no
listen,
more. We ain't got this. We ain't got that. Well, what do you got?
right.
That's
So look, you know what? Again, that was CReneé getting what we call, shit off her chest. Again, if we feel like something was going on this week, and that you feel like you just want to get off your chest, that's what we're here to do. And so
I
I'm glad
appreciate
you were able to get that off your chest because somebody really needed to hear that, because somebody's going through it right now who's paid for something, who's not, getting back with you for that product. And it is what it is. So with that being said, man, let's go on with the rest of our show. So we go turn our attention to a video that B-Rock shared with us. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the video live. And I call this video White Women Cheers. And we go come back and I'm gonna let B open it up. So we go on and play this little video real quick. And if you guys are watching, you all are more than welcome to comment on what you see.
Getting arrested, this mother. You gotta be kidding me. Why? Wait. Hurry up. Move out of my way. Wait. Where your kid? Can't play on the playground. I've got your kid, Sarah. As a person, does this make sense to you? As a person, not as a police officer, as a person, does this make sense to you? This mother is being arrested for being responsible for kids. Letting her kids on the playground. Being arrested. Name or badge number asking for retrial. Our children are playing here at the playground. Can we please get out of there? You cannot arrest her. Anyone in Meridian, any of our centers available. You can't arrest someone for being in a park. Right now. What you're doing is illegal. She was standing in a playground, right? You arrested her. Meridian.
The governor told us last night the lockdown was over. Governor, he hit me up. He's like, "Oh, man, it's over, bro. Go get everybody here at the park."
Ooh, listen, you guys have seen this little old video. So be gone and set this whole thing up. Let us know what are we looking at here with this old crazy ass mother arrested in Idaho for letting kids play in the park.
Well, I know y'all looking at it, but if you notice, I actually I close my eyes because if you close your eyes and just kind of find yourself in a neutral place, I would have guessed that sounds like about 80% of the wrongful arrest videos that I've seen with Black people.
message.
So I mean, a lot of the language, the asking the officer, look, I know that this is the rules or the law, but does this make sense to you, officer? I've heard that before in a lot of Black videos. And if you look at the comments are hilarious. They're hilarious, but they're hilariously accurate. Where if you go through, somebody made the comment, well, if that thug would have just if that thug would have just not broken the law, followed the rules that were set in place and sheltered at home, she wouldn't be getting arrested in front of her children. And you know what? I get the pandering that the person is doing, but that's what they say to us. So for me, it's very hard for me to have any level of empathy for her, because regardless of how stupid or ridiculous you may feel that those rules are, they are the rules. You can break it down into, oh, well, you're infringing upon my rights. Okay, well, I may feel that way about a lot of things that are law, that it may be, against certain rights that I feel I should have as a human being. But if it's the law and I'm getting walked away to a police car, I'm pretty sure a lot of people, I hate tiptoeing around this, but I try to avoid race baiting and things of that nature, and just saying, oh, you know, black people this, the white man that. Because at some point we gotta be able to address our own shit. But that said, if it were me on camera, I can assure you that there would be somebody out there of Caucasian descent that would just assume that if that thug would have just been following whatever rules were in place, he wouldn't be getting arrested right now. So, hey, shouldn't have been at the park, homie. That's how I see it.
So, you know, I'm going to just give my little 2 cents. I'm with you. I didn't feel any type of nothing behind the shit, because as you said, we deal with this all the time. And it's funny how when the tables turn, the war is me. You hear the guy, right? You hear the guy in the background said, I thought the governor, somebody, you know, lifted the stay-at-home ban. Now it's all the excuses for why this woman was able to take her kids to the park. And then I also noticed in the video how if it was us, those police would not have been as nice toward the bystanders, the people who were
the
around.
bystanders. Okay, yeah, because I mean, I'm gonna be real, they weren't overly stern or overly non-aggressive with the chick they arrested. She got arrested. When she was in cuffs, she seemed like, I mean, a lot of us, she was walking to the car. It wasn't nothing you could do at that point. But the people that was around, nah, if all of them people was a darker hue,
right, it would have been it would have been something totally different. And so
it'd have been some backup there. It'd have been another cruiser or two there.
Come on, man, you already know it would have been about 2 or 3 cars who was there. And I will say this, you know, you made a statement, you know, you hate to have to, you know, do the race thing, but sadly, my brother, it just is what it is. We see it, you know, played out. And so, yeah, even though we would like to think that we have moved to a point that stuff isn't black and white. However, we're going to be shown at the end of the day as black and white. It's no different from.
Oh, absolutely. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not oblivious to the fact that before I'm anything, I'm a black man. But you know, that is the first thing that people see when they see me. I am a black man. I'm not oblivious to that. When I say that I try to avoid that, it's less about our Caucasian counterparts and more about me as a black man saying, okay, you know what? The card, I may not have the cards, the system may be against me. It may be what it's going to be, but what can I do to ensure my advancement? So so when I try not to play it, it really ain't got nothing to do with nobody's feelings or anything of that nature. It's just more about me and my own personal growth.
Right. No, I mean, and that's, like I said, that's acceptable. You know, I mean, that's cool. You know, sadly, we just, you know, because I think that's what we all do as human beings, black or white. Just sadly, it seemed like even with that, it's still held against us. You know, you can think about it in the business place. You can be this cut and clean professional dude, come from, you know, one of, you know, the most prestigious schools out there in the world. But at the end of the day, it's that guy who's 9 times out of 10, who's white, who's in a position of leadership that will look over you for somebody else. And so,
yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
That's what we all do. And like I said,
somebody's son, video, somebody's nephew,
yeah,
somebody named Connor instead of Corey.
Yeah, right. I like that name. That's one of my.
And like I said, even with the video, you know, I didn't feel some type of way. I'm like, well, guess what? We see this every day. The only difference is how you guys react to it. You know, Dylan Roof was able to go get something to eat at Burger King after shooting up people in a church.
Come on now.
Now, if it was Tyrone would have probably been shot on site, you know, which is the difference between this video and how it's handled with nothing but white folks. And let's keep it real, you know, they don't really see each other. From me looking at it, they don't see each other as a threat. That's why you can see when you have all these people who are protesting at these against these stay-at-home, and they can sit up and hold their guns, because they're really never looked at as a threat the way they've been taught to look at us.
Right.
And so even in that interaction, as passive as it was, I have to say again, if the tables were reversed,
Mm-hmm.
Even as cool as this woman, if she was a black woman walking to the car, and if it was us in that uproar, saying that, like you said, it would have been probably about two or three more police cars. They would have been telling everybody to get back. They would have told definitely people who were recording that video that you can't record this video. You know what I'm saying? The playing field is never level with us. CReneé, what you think, man, when you looked at that video?
You know what? I feel bad for saying this, but it is what it is. I found some sort of joy in that video.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I wish I could have.
Keep it 100. I say keep it 100.
I am. I just felt like, okay, well, here we are. I just, and it was humorous to me. Now, there was some guy in the back talking about, they said it was lifted. They said the lockdown was lifted. I mean, You're going to have to take all of us. Shut up, really? Okay, well, go to jail too. I mean, you take it, whatever. But I just felt a sense of joy when I saw the video. So it just, and I say that to say, now that mirror has turned around, okay. So now you see how we feel. And I'm just curious as to how long that person stayed in jail. What was her charges? Like, I want to dig deeper. I want to see, where is she now?
Right.
She's probably out on bail.
Feel bad for. I'm gonna tell you who I did feel bad for, and it is the same person that I would feel bad for in any circumstance, regardless of color. The kid.
The kids.
That's it.
Right. The children.
The kid. Black, white, brown, purple, orange, pink, blue. I wouldn't want a kid to have to see their parent get arrested. Mm-hmm. But I don't feel sorry for her.
Already.
I don't either, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think none of us did. April, were you able to see the video?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. What you think, April?
Oh Lord, I'm gonna keep my opinion to myself, because I don't want us to get audited by the FCC.
No, listen, we're not gonna play that game. What you gotta say? Yeah. What you have to say?
I'm just playing. No, I felt absolutely not 1 ounce of sorry for her, because they always think that they are above the law. Mm-hmm. And it's all, and it is what it is. So
you break the law, you have to pay for it regardless.
Yeah.
Regardless.
That's what you're saying.
And I don't, and to be honest, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't feel sorry for the kids either, seeing that, because that's how our kids have to go. Our kids have to deal with that. We have to train our kids how to deal with the fucking police. They don't.
You know what?
So I don't
you
feel
said
good point. Good point.
Ouch.
Good point.
Yes, that's a great point. Yeah. And I never thought about the kids when I seen it. I never thought about how they felt about
like
it.
Bernie
They
Mac
were in the
said,
beginning, and I'm just like, don't get me wrong. I wasn't sitting here like, oh man, they don't do it in front of kids. I'm just sitting there looking at the kids like, man, that's how our kids feel. And it's fucked up regardless.
Yeah. The whole situation.
Yeah. But I mean, just
now the question. So my question is
in this situation.
So my question is, I mean, so we blame the mother for setting up the children to even be exposed to that, correct?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
because even though the governor lifted it, your mayor controls that city. So if your mayor says you're gonna stay your ass in that house, that's right. So like the governor is trying to open up some stuff here, but
Tarrant County was like, nah.
Say y'all still got to stay in the house.
Right.
So the governor may have said it, but that just shows that they think they don't know government and economics, how it works. That your governor said it, but you still live in these cities and towns or parishes if you live in Louisiana, but they say what goes on in that city.
Right.
So
it is her right.
The mayor said no.
Well,
it
again,
is her right, because she's from America, and in America you can take your kids to the park even if the law says you can't. because she's
Right.
America.
You shouldn't arrest her. It's illegal. I mean, the whole, the way it played out was just crazy because now, but in their mind, see, they don't ever really see it like that because it's one of those things out of, what they say, out of sight, out of mind. And so they don't put themselves in our position when we deal with it, because what they do is they sit back and say, well, like you said, well, he should have had his pants pulled up. Well, maybe he shouldn't have moved. He shouldn't have looked like he was, maybe he shouldn't have looked like he was going for something. And there's always the excuses when it comes to us. And I think that's what, to them in their mind, justifies the difference between what we saw in the video versus if this was a black woman with, at a black park with black children, with black, men and women under that same circumstance. And that's just really what they do. And again, her at the Petty Crew, apparently we all want to call it that we really don't feel sorry for her.
No, not at all.
We want to make sure it's clear.
Like I said,
it don't have nothing to do with you being
close
white.
Your eyes, it sound real familiar.
Right. I will agree with CReneé. You know what? You kind of feel good. You can put one over there in the win column for us. Like, yes. Hell yeah. Now y'all see what the hell we talking about on our end every day. And also, which is a good segue, over there in Georgia, I think the governor's name is Governor Kemp. He has decided to open up certain businesses, gyms. What else did he open? Beauty salons, barbershops. The strip club too?
Probably.
Yeah.
I see. I didn't see the strip club.
I don't know if that was false news, but y'all didn't hear about the line being wrapped around, what is it, Magic City?
No, Magic. Yeah, no, I didn't hear about that. But
and people, literally, people are camping out, waiting, and have been since yesterday, or something like that.
Was it the beauty supply store?
Oh man!
Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
Oh yeah, it's all good.
Man.
But I go on to say that
our people.
Let me find it. You keep talking. Come on, boss house.
However, in the midst of all that, what came out is that you have the mayor of Atlanta, and let me get her name. She's come out to tell people, hey, listen, you guys, I know what the governor has said, but we want you guys to be, use some common sense. Just because you can go out and go to these places, we really don't want you to go to these places. However, what made the news was the fact that she and her son received racist texts. And so it says that the mayor shared the text message on Twitter. Her 12-year-old son received the same text. She later told the city council when Bottoms, which is her name, Mayor Bottoms, opened the text on her phone. She said her daughter was looking over her shoulder as she read it. Bottoms included in her tweet, I pray for you. Then she goes on to say, let me read the text. It says something about shut up, nigger, something to that extent. Basically, in a nutshell. Now, how the son got the text? No, it had an ER in it. It was definitely a ER. And again, we try not, they want us to lay down this racism thing, everything isn't racist. But then we're always reminded, as I said, of our blackness. And basically, we should stay in our place. And that's basically what the racist text that she got was saying, shut up, nigger, AKA stay in your place. Now, how they got her number for a cell phone, I don't know. How they got the son's number, we don't know. But yet we do know that they did receive it.
That's an inside job. Ain't nobody stupid. Somebody that don't like her on the inside, they got contact, that has her contact, put that shit out there.
It could have been anybody from the office. It could have been the PTA. It could be a number of things.
So what y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about that? Especially with the way that they're opening up the city, and it's only select businesses that a demographic patronize. So I mean, what's y'all feelings about that? The text and the whole fact that they're only opening up businesses that we go to.
Okay, let me address the text first. The text, not surprised. So how I feel about it, sadly, I've kind of grown numb to stuff like that. I expect it, so it doesn't. I'm not surprised. It don't move me. That's just what it is. I'm not saying that it makes it right. I'm not saying that I'm accepting it. I'm just saying like, okay, not surprised. That's like me. I feel the way about that, the way I would feel if I walked outside barefoot and got bit by an ant. Like, okay, I'm mad. It hurts, but it's just doing what it does. And that's how I see a lot of the people who put out racist content and comments like that. As for the businesses and things that are being open, it does seem like it's kind of geared towards things that, you know, historically speaking, Black people were frequent, especially in a densely populated Black city like Atlanta. It does seem like it's kind of aiming at us. I do think people should exercise some common sense and sit the hell down. But a lot of us, just like a lot of our Caucasian counterparts, are stir crazy at the house, and the moment they get the green light, their asses is gonna be out there wilding. You know, to go to what CReneé was saying, where she said she heard about the line wrapped around Magic City, waiting on it to open. Absolutely. I think that is as stupid as all of the white people coming down on Capitol Hill with their guns. It's equally as stupid. Yeah. So it almost becomes less of a race issue and more of a stupidity issue. And I'm gonna sound real cold when I say this, but I said this about the folks that was marching on their capitals, and I'm gonna say this about the folks rushing out to the strip club and everywhere else. Hey, let Darwinism take place and thin out the herd.
Right.
So that's just really how I feel about it. Like, oh, word, y'all finna run out there. Now, the people I feel close to, I'm gonna grab them like, yo, we ain't first wave people. We second and third wave. We want to see what's finna happen with them. But everybody else, I mean, you know what? If you want to go out there and turn up and be extra, it's lifted. Now I can go out here and do this and do that, and then be, you know, having your
thinking about a couple of days.
Right. Having people putting stuff up on Instagram talking about, oh, pray for my homie. He got the COVID. Nah, your homie was stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
That is what it was. CReneé, what's your thoughts about this?
I cannot find, I'm still gonna find because I saw it and I'm like, what? And I clicked it off my phone, but I wish I knew the source where it was coming from. I'm like B-Rock, I'm sorry.
You good?
You do kind of get numb to it. I'm one that's not gonna run out. I actually, you know, I think Texas is supposed to reopen on May 1st, some business. You won't catch me out there. I'm still gonna do the same thing I've been doing. They said May 20th a couple of weeks ago, and so I'll wait until May 20th. But you know, there's this person called, or this thing, or this entity, I shall say, called karma. And if that is the motive behind opening the businesses, they'll meet karma real soon, sooner than later.
Okay. April, what you think about this, man?
See, I'm not numb to the N-word. I will never be numb. I say it, but I'll be damned if you say it to me and you white. That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
And I feel like if they should find out who did it, and they should be punished or put on blast. And see, and that's the thing, until we actually outlaw being racist, this country is going to remain divided. But because we have freedom of speech, that's the only thing that's protecting these motherfuckers.
Oh, look, wait.
If you want to go there, then we got to go. We can dig into that, since we, you know, you and I both talk Constitution a lot, and in particular, me and April talk Second Amendments because we both Second Amendments folks.
Mhm.
But the other one that gets overlooked a lot of times is the 13th. What you're asking for could very much be fixed with a with an adjustment to the 13th Amendment. Now they don't want to adjust the 13th Amendment because they're amendments, they're in place, they don't need to be changed. Then you'll go and try to change freedom of speech in the First Amendment. Okay, cool. But then you quick to want to change the second. So let's not act like you can't change what you don't want. What you can't change what you want to change is my point.
It's an amendment. It was amended in.
Yeah.
It can be amended out.
Right.
Well,
if you want to change, if you really really wanted to change it, you could. And I mean, and a lot of attacks on certain amendments that they want to attack, i.e. the second, go to show that they can change what they want to.
They just don't want to, and that's why they
go
get
after
away
whatever
with
they want
saying
to.
shit like that.
I would say, there's no way to outlaw racism. Racism shows up in several
Everywhere.
ways. It's levels to the racism. It's the dumbass folks that you see who don't mind walking around with the Confederate
But that's because
flag.
of freedom of speech. If we didn't have that right to say what we say, in some countries you can't say what you want to say.
I ain't going that far. April. That comes with
But
some
exactly,
heavy.
that's what I'm saying. It's because of the First Amendment. So that's why I said since we're not going to do nothing about the racism, about the freedom of speech, therefore we're not going to get rid of
Would you want them
racism.
to?
Therefore, I'm not going to stop being pissed when I'm called a nigga by a white person.
Oh,
So
don't get it twisted.
Right.
I'm not saying I ain't pissed.
No.
I'm saying
That's
is,
why I'm saying I ain't gonna never be numb to the shit. That's what because y'all two are numb. I will never be numb. My grandmother was born 40 years after slavery ended in Texas. So I'm 2 generations away from the last person that had that was a slave. So so that shit there will never sit right with me. And so I know that we're never gonna do nothing about the freedom of speech to protect, to outlaw racism because we have that right. But therefore, I don't have to get numb to the shit, and I can still say the word.
And so I would say,
go ahead? I'm sorry.
There you can trace and track those text messages. At the end of the day, you can find out who sent it, and that person, whoever sent it from wherever it came from, should be prosecuted like anybody else that would be prosecuted. It is what it is. It is a form of racism, a slur.
Harassment.
I use the N-word a lot myself, but again, when we talk between each other, when we use it, it's a little bit of different. And at the same time,
it's a term of endearment.
However we want to call it. Now, we know when we approached and it's being used incorrectly, whereas at the end of the day, I'm really trying to see what you're talking about on that. We got into it level, so it's no distinction to it. Now, and I won't say I'm numb to what happens to us. I'm never going to say that. You didn't expect somebody out the blue to text this woman for making sure her city is straight. You know what I'm saying? It's safe. And so to see it,
I did.
Well, I mean, we didn't know if she said something or not. Somebody was going to send her something racist. I mean, nobody, that's just like us moving right now. We don't go into every day saying somebody is going to probably be racist to me until it happens.
No, what I'm saying is a person, a black person in a prominent position of leadership. Yeah, I expect them. I'm not saying I'm justifying it, but I'm not surprised that she got that message. And I'm not even a little bit surprised. I'm not saying it's acceptable. I'm not saying she shouldn't be frustrated. I'm not saying those people shouldn't be shouldn't find out who did it, and they should be able to bring whatever charges that they can bring up on them. I'm just saying I ain't surprised. And that's why I guess, and that's when I say when I say I'm numb to it, it's in the same respect. If I use a different thing. If I walked out and it was a stray dog and the dog bit me, yeah, it's gonna hurt. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna feel some type of way. But at the same time, I'm not gonna be surprised that the dog was being a damn dog.
Right. I got you. Got you clearly. In other words, you're not surprised a racist was being a racist. It took
Right.
opportunity to say something to
Right.
All they needed was
the
the
mayor.
opportunity.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's all it was. But again, it's not acceptable. I'm with April. I don't care how many times I say it. I don't care what color you are. It ain't gonna happen around me. It's gonna come with some consequences. It just is what it is. Because I don't play that as well. That is still a sore spot with African Americans. It
Right.
just is. We know where they come from. We know. I don't care how cool you are. You will never understand how it was used against us.
Right.
You just not go do it. It ain't cool. I don't care how white you are. Man, I went to college with a white guy we call white chocolate. You think he ever used that word around nothing but brothers? Hell no. Nah. And he was cool as hell because he understood. You get what I'm saying? I'm cool, but I don't think I'm ever be that cool to where I can have that type of conversation with my friends like that. Just wasn't gonna happen. That's just being respectful. Nowadays, since we own that, you do see Mexicans, white folks who think because they are part of the hip hop culture that's acceptable. I watched a video of Montana going at it with, I think, Young Thug or something, and he was using the N-word. And I'm saying to myself, clearly he ain't around some black folks with this video, because it would have been stopped real quick. Say, I don't care you rap and do all that. You just not in that place to use that against another black dude. I don't care what you are, Italian, Hispanic. It's just not gonna happen. We not gonna ever be that cool that you can use that word with me. It is what it is. Hopefully again they find out who this person was.
And to the black folks that want to take their ass outside, you deserve to catch whatever you catch because you want to be that stupid and put your life in danger or potentially in danger for some nails. That's why I want to shout out Killer Mike, because he ain't opened up none of the businesses that he owned as far as like the barbershops and stuff, because he look, and that's just sad that people are that stupid.
Well,
that
you
they
know
are
what?
willing to get their nails done. You gonna look casket sharp when you catch whatever you catch.
Right.
I can't wait to post that selfie. Selfie.
Yeah.
Now I heard somebody say, I had this conversation and a young woman told me, she was like, well, I don't see a problem with them opening up, barbershops and beauty salons. And I said, well, what barbershop and beauty salon the size of Walmart, where there could be enough space if it's, you know what I'm saying, where there's distance between your customers and everybody else? Because that's basically what you would need to be able to open up a barbershop, a beauty shop.
You can't do hair 6 feet apart. That's impossible. You can't cut hair or do nails 6 feet apart.
Exactly.
Right.
So even
I will say this,
open,
you're right. You can't.
Right. I mean what business?
It's just impossible. And I mean, where you trying to go? If they open and I get it. Trust me. I get it, because I'm just saying,
Man, okay, I am at
I
Brock.
switched it
Every
up.
other week I'm getting my nails done, so I'm over here struggling with wearing my real nails. I'm like an old lady right now.
April, I don't know if you can see me, but the first live we did 2 weeks ago, I ain't look like this. So I'm just saying, like, I understand. However,
we over here struggling.
Right.
Struggling to stay alive, and they want to get out here.
running.
They're struggling to stay alive. Wow.
Not stay alive.
To go get anything with my nail. I will wait. I mean, I've been rocking the nubs for the last month, and I continue. I'll rock it for another month.
Again, it's about using common sense, man.
And where you gonna go? Club living room? Club kitchen?
No, they're gonna go to Magic City.
Oh, they been
opening
opening
that line. I'm gonna find that article, y'all. I am.
Whatever it is, man.
The first song they need to come out to is "Coronavirus" by Cardi B. Just let them come on. Just let them slide down the pole to that.
Again, we just want our people to be smart and be safe.
Strip club already ain't all that damn sanitary to begin with. Now.
Right.
Right.
And I'm not trying to be rude. I don't. It's not that I don't care about them, but I got to look after us. And so we need to make sure we're safe and using common sense in our movement. You know, if it's necessary, grocery store, you know, what you need to do, that's one thing, because the truth is that at any given time, it could creep up on us. You know,
Right.
Me and Brock are essential workers. We're out there. He goes to the
Me
hospital.
too.
I'm at the grocery stores. I'm interacting not with people so much, but I'm around people because I got to go in there.
Right.
And
Right.
so, you know, none of us are exempt from catching it. It is what it is at the end of the day. However, you can try to be as smart as possible to putting yourself in a greater risk to catch it. You get what I'm saying? You know, and before we move on, you know, like I tell people, all the Lysol, all the disinfectant, all that shit is good.
Well, you know
If
what?
you
Tell
are
them
not,
people to go get an injection of Lysol. Maybe that'll help, or some bleach. Go drink a shot of bleach.
wait,
That's what the
hold
president's
up,
telling you to do.
hold up, baby. Let's go and put this disclaimer out here, and I don't do too many, but on this one, we go do. We are in no way condoning or telling. We gotta revert that. We are not.
No, that's what the president said.
That's what the president put out there.
Okay,
We're
but
just
on
relaying the
real-
message.
So if
On
they
real-
dumb enough to do it,
He
then
said
do
to
it.
drink bleach.
What he
Yeah.
said was in his. What he said in his. See, they bullshit. What he said. What he said was he was talking about before him. It was another person who came in who was talking about how light and just, you know, heat at certain times. They say now they're seeing kills the virus. Disinfected, but again, it's just when you catch it. But when you go into your home and just say coronavirus is on the door, whatever the fuck, you don't see it. You don't know. And so he was just talking about that. And then you got Trump who comes in behind him talking about, well, hey, you know what? Maybe we might need to look at ways of putting light inside the body and shooting the skin and body with ultra rays and trying disinfectant. And so now he's starting to sound stupid as shit, because what it sounds like he's saying is somebody,
Ingest
you know,
chemicals.
ingest disinfectant. Right. So now you got all these companies. I mean, damn near every company that sits up here makes some type of disinfectant got to come out and say, hey.
No, his words were to do a shot of disinfectant.
Oh,
those were his words.
Those was his words. So I'm just relaying that to the dummies out there.
Right.
And UV light. So if them dummies want to go out there and do it, take your shot of Clorox. Just mix it with water. Maybe it won't be so bad.
Right. And this is to the dumb folks. If you are a dumb person, that's who we talking to. We're not talking to the people who have some sense, who are very smart in what they want to do. And again, man, you know, with all that, you know, make sure you're taking care of your body. I can't emphasize that more than anything, because you can do all the cleaning in the world, but if you're not healthy, if you're not trying to do something to make sure your body's straight, it don't matter at the end of the day. And so,
I don't know if y'all noticed that, because I got a cousin that does life insurance, that a lot of people try to run out and get life insurance for Corona, but there's a waiting period once you sign up for it. You got to wait like 30 to 60 days, I believe.
Make sure your ass ain't already got the Rona.
Right. Wow. Listen, it's a lot going on, man.
Hey, insurance companies ain't stupid.
They are not.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. So listen, what we're going to do is we're going to take a break real quick. Again, thank everybody who's tuned in to our Facebook Live. Make sure you guys share it, create a watch party. If you left any comments, we will get to the comments as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to go into our break, play a little music for a hot about 3 or 4 minutes, and we're going to come back with the rest of the show. We will be right back. That ain't what I wanted to play. There we go.
Damn right we take turns being wrong. I get real accountable when I'm alone. I get real about it all when I'm alone. It's so crazy missing you when I
bet
get
nails don't
home.
look like that no more.
Now Julio made me a Scorpio, and I might hit your phone up with that rah rah rah. Missing my da da da. Missing that All of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these kisses and hugs and knock shit. You a damn drug, you toxic. All the sex on replay, running back like a DJ. Surfing on your face while you eat that. Trying to make a bad bitch behave. No, I was just wait for you. Put the pussy away for you. Thinking I would wait for you. And that damn Don Julio make me a fool for you. And I might hit your phone up with that rah rah rah. Missing my da da da. Missing that And all of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these kisses and hugs and not shit. You a damn drug, you toxic. Problematic. You know that dick always been problematic. Somehow I'm always caught in your dramatics, all in your acrobatics. You know I want static. Tell me to throw it backwards. And that damn Don Julio make me a fool for you. And I still hit your phone up with the rah rah rah. Missing my da da da. Missing that All of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these kisses and hugs and not shit. You a damn drug, you toxic.
Hey, that was toxic. By a young lady named Kaylani. So you can find her on SoundCloud. Again, that was Toxic. I have a message that just came in.
Okay.
And I'm finna call this young lady who wants to weigh in on our topic. So we have a rule on the show, CReneé. If your phone goes off, if somebody calls you, you have to answer that call on the show. You got to put them on speakerphone.
Oh.
And so I'm going to call this young lady right now. Apparently she is watching from Facebook, and we're going to have a go see what she has to say. So this is Angela. So I'm going to call right now. So let's see how this goes. We've never had a call. Not while we do it in this platform. So let's see. Let me put it on speaker. Y'all heard the phone ring?
A little bit.
Hey, how you doing? This is Steven. So we are live. You wanted to weigh in on the topic. So which topic did you want to weigh in on? Mm-hmm.
We can't hear.
Y'all can hear?
No.
Now we can. A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all hear?
Barely.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, because my co-hosts don't hear you. How about we do this? Are you at your computer or something? So this is what I need you to do. Shoot me your email address, and I'm gonna shoot you a link to the show.
You can hear it now.
We can hear it now when when you hold the phone up.
Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, so you guys can hear her clearly now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, the thing is you guys see me holding the phone in the video. So I tried to put it to the mic where you guys could probably hear it. But you say you guys can hear her clearly now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so please repeat for my co-hosts everything that you were saying. That way, if they have questions for you, you know, they can.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
They can hear you.
There's a bigger picture to all of this. This is all money motivated, guys. And I'm serious. Basically, for them saying that, okay, we're going to start opening up the business where people are going to be the closest, where they're going to be. That's simply right there is saying that we don't care about that. We don't have tests over there. We're not doing any of that stuff over there in those areas. And over here where I'm at, I'm just over here off of by the George Bush Turnpike. You don't see nothing open. Nothing. You know, because these businesses over here, they're going to keep those doors closed because they're going for that money. They're going for those loans and stuff, and they're going to get those loans. But those are going to be a part of the reasons why they're going to deny some of these other businesses. Minority areas. Well, you've been going and operating. You don't seem to have been affected that much. Blah blah blah. Your people are going to run in those doors. Mm-hmm. We don't want that. We don't need that because for one thing, you get out there in that hospital. Why are you going anyway? Because all they got is oxygen for.
Right.
That's it. And move you to the next stage. But guess what? Each time someone walks in that door of that hospital, they're getting bonus money.
Right.
Whether you got COVID or what have you, they're going to give you that so they can give you the money.
Right.
They can get the money. I'm sorry. So those are that's a big picture here. Your president is promoting a medicine that he wants everybody to try. It's money. Double down on this deal. Ain't nobody pushing nothing like that but a drug deal.
Right. Ooh.
So these are, if you look at it from the top, you will see how they are all doing advertising. You'll see it trickling down. That it's just an advertisement. And those doors being open on those small businesses, just trying to hurry up and push us to where they want us to be.
So let me ask you this. So in reference to Atlanta, because we do know that there are other states who are, you know, opening up different businesses and everything, but we only want to speak specifically to Atlanta because we know Atlanta is saturated with African Americans. And again, you have the barbershops. So you're saying, you know, they want those places to be open because in those areas is less testing available to those group of people.
Oh, absolutely. First of all, we got a okay. This guy got in based without our hookup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Today, everybody's a little bit smarter. Everybody's gonna be watching these polls, and we're gonna be fighting. Everybody's fighting against these polls. He knows there's a chance, a big chance, that he's not gonna win unless he drops the population down. That's why he ain't concerned about getting no tests out there to nobody. That's why he's not concerned about getting ventilators. He's got a portion of the ventilators he kept some for them. Who the hell is them?
Right.
So basically, they are all of this is all about money, population control, and basically just handing off richer and richer.
Okay, well thank you.
They're stealing supplies. They're doing it. They confiscate, anything that they come in and Lysol alcohol. The biggest sale of their damn history.
Yeah.
Which is a weak sign. The biggest sale they ever had. Everybody else ran out too. They managed to produce more. Why the hell Lysol didn't do it? They did it. It's been confiscated.
Right.
That's all that is.
Okay. Well,
There's a little guy in Atlanta who has he does it's a energy type place where you go and get an IV, vitamins, and those type of things. The feds went in and raided him the other day because it's in Atlanta. He's talking about, he's advertising, saying that, hey, people that have tested, positive with COVID, they're coming in and getting this vitamin C from us, and they're actually improving. The feds raided him the other day.
Okay.
Because they said that he was advertising the cure. He wasn't advertising the cure. He was saying that people were, feeling a little better. That's it.
Right. Gotcha. Well, listen. Definitely thank you for weighing in. Continue to watch the show. And again, you have my number now. If you would love to weigh in on anything else that we're talking about, just shoot me a message. I wish I had you on, but what I want you to do is shoot me your email. So the next time you want to weigh in, we can bring you into the show where everybody can definitely hear you, okay?
Okay.
Oh. All right, thank you. All right, so again, from one of our viewers, she's saying that basically this is by design. Let's see what happened in the most vulnerable areas within Atlanta.
I agree, because did you hear about how they had, and they trying to keep quiet about those coronavirus test kits that were tainted. They keep using the word tainted because they don't want to use the term that it had coronavirus in the test kits that they were sending out.
No, yeah. Listen, I read that article earlier this week. That is true. That is correct. A lot of the tests that were sent out to the different were already infected. So that's why you was getting what they call it, those false positives and stuff like that. So, and that's why a lot of people were ending up being diagnosed with it, because the test had already had the coronavirus in the shit. What the other young lady on our call was saying, which is true, I read an article earlier this week. FEMA had seized, I believe, over 400,000 masks from a company, local company, in the country, who started producing N95 masks. And so they used some law to seize those masks. And so they haven't got to the people who purchased the mask. And so, we started to see that we know it's about the dollar. When they started to open or want to open back up parts of these cities.
As some stimulus checks hit these people's accounts, now all of a sudden we can open up businesses.
Right.
So they can spend them checks.
The narrative is that, we've had problems before, we don't want to, mess up our economy. Well, sadly, that's just really not how that works. You don't tell a group of people, well, y'all go out and y'all open up and ignore the fact that y'all go catch this shit and you might just pass away. Yeah, just go out there and do it, Play Russian roulette with your life. We'll open it up, and that's what you do. But again, we want to thank our caller for weighing in on that topic. Now, let's go on and get to our relationship segment real quick. So, Steven Jackson, who is a former NBA player. If you watch this dude on any of his YouTube videos, IG, he is a real brother. We would say that's a real nigga right there. He's a 100 brother. He's open about pretty much his life. And recently, just last week, he did a video talking about how he left his fiance at the altar. Great article. You can watch the video on YouTube. All you have to do is go to YouTube and look up Steven Jackson, or you can just, go to Google to read the story. And so I'm going to give you guys just bits and pieces of it. So, just as a basis of what happened. In a nutshell, he loved this young lady. And apparently, I guess she was on Basketball Wives and all that. I don't watch none of that shit. So I didn't even know until the article. Nigga ain't just into that. But this is what the article says. It says, I didn't think a woman would take me to the point over a piece of paper. Stephen Jackson explains why he left Imani Showalter at the altar. In a nutshell, he got with this young lady, you know, they feeling each other. In his mind, he wanted to protect his investment, what he built without the help of this woman. So they agreed to, and the key word is they agreed to prenup. He goes on in the story to say that 4 months before the wedding, they received it back. He presented it to her. She kept putting it off. You know, we planning for this wedding, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Fast forward all the way to the wedding, she hadn't at the time signed the prenup. Not only that, what he also found strange was that she wanted a specific pastor. She wanted a specific pastor. Hmm. He caved in, even though he wanted his pastor that he'd been under, you know, from a child on up. But again, it's his wife. Y'all know how we do. You know, okay, baby, all right, it's the pastor, whatever. You want the pastor, it's your wedding, cool. However, the day of the wedding, she still hadn't signed the prenup. That the Negro in him, what I call those, his mind started to go off, hold up. Okay, is this chick trying to basically force me to get married without this prenup? The marriage ended up not happening. They end up not getting married. He goes on in the story to say how he boo-hooed. He eventually talked to the young lady, you know, again the same day. And now she's crying and she's under distress. And, you know, I go on ahead and sign it. I signed it, you know, that whole little old charade. Also, what kind of made him look sideways was the pastor came to him and was like, you know what, I really don't believe in prenups, you know, let God, you know, he went the God approach. Stephen Jackson said, okay, I see now why she wanted you to be the pastor. Now who you really are starting to show up. Mm-hmm. In any case, he was like, you know what, I'm not slick. Even if you sign this, you can go back in court and say, you know what, I signed this prenup under distress. I was crying, and they would throw that shit out. Again, his legal people already done gave him the game. They done already told him what it is. And so he walked away from it. And my question to you guys and the people that are watching, how many of us would have taken that stand and say, you know what, this is what I stand on. This is what we agreed to. And because you broke this agreement, I can't move forward with this marriage. He also said this is where Mike Beebe's mother was like, you know, now you become a man. You know, you took a stand, whereas other people would have said, you know what, fuck that prenup. Let me go on and marry this woman since you say you really love this woman. So I want to know what you guys think. How y'all feel about prenups? I can tell you right now, I believe in them 100%. So y'all talk to me about this. What's going on? Because we got 2 ladies on the show and then we got 2 fellas on this show. Now I will say this again. I agree with prenups, and I'm just gonna keep it right there for a minute.
Ladies,
hey, y'all looking? Don't get quiet as shit now, April.
I'll go. Okay, I believe in prenups. However, he was wrong for doing it the day of the wedding, because if you knew a whole week prior that she hadn't signed it, so therefore you knew a month before that she hadn't signed it, and I would have given her a deadline and would have put out a notice to the guests that, you know, due to circumstances, you know, that we're dealing with, we've postponed the wedding. Or he could have went through with the actual ceremony, but you didn't have to sign the certificate. That's what legalizes it. The little ceremony, that's just doing it under God. But the certificate is what legalizes everything else. And he could have went about it that way. He could have did it that way, to not actually do it on the actual wedding day where you got people showing up and stuff like that. And he could have explained to her, look, you know, since you under distress or whatever, we'll have the ceremony, but I'm not signing a certificate until we get this under control and handle it. if he really loved her. And then after she thought about it, then she you know, I just feel like it could have went two different ways. You could have postponed it a month ago before she even signed it, or I would not have even let her plan a wedding because I'm sure most of his money was going towards the planning anyway. She wouldn't have been planning no wedding with my money if she hadn't signed the prenup.
$400,000.
Huh?
Oh, we having this wedding. We might not get no paperwork signed, but we having
No,
this
I'm
wedding.
saying and that's what I'm saying.
$400,000. We having this wedding.
She wouldn't even plan the wedding to even get my credit card number to even start looking for a dress until we rectified that and nipped that in the bud.
So
and then we can go along with the wedding and the ceremony and everything else, because I'm sure if it was the other way around, she would want to protect her assets. And I get prenups, you know, to me, it's a catch-22 because I believe in them, but then I don't like them because it's kind of like saying, well, you know, I feel like, and I get you got to protect yourself. You got to protect your money. But if you feel like that person is going to take your money, then why are you marrying them in the first place?
Because people do shit when they get hurt.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yes, that's very true. What's up, CReneé? Come on, talk to me.
I'm such a different breed. No right or wrong answer. I come from I just feel like, why can't we just be fair? Like, I get it. I get what the prenup is for. I understand you want to protect yourself, but if I love you wholeheartedly and unconditionally, and this is genuine, then if it doesn't work out, why we can't be fair with one another? Now, I do agree exactly 110% what April is saying. There should have been a deadline as to when that prenup should have been signed. And I think I missed the whole 400.
Like before the invitations go out?
Before we even planned it, it should have been nipped in the bud.
Right, exactly. Because it ain't no way I'm about to have a ceremony and then have to answer to people later and be like, oh, well, we really didn't get married. We was just trying. No, that's so stupid. That's just like graduating and not getting your diploma. Like walking across stage and you don't get your diploma because of what you missed the class. You know, that it doesn't make sense. But I just, that when you ask, how do you feel about prenups? I just feel like, and I feel like it's sad that in today's time, we cannot we can't marry out of love. We have to marry under conditions because I want to protect myself. Well, if I'm going to marry you, then what's mine is yours and what's yours is mine. And if we don't work, then let's just be fair and to one another. Like, who am I marrying if I have to really just protect my assets, quote unquote? Like, I mean, and I get it. Trust me, I do get it. I just I'm not feeling it, but I understand why, but I just don't feel it. I don't really care for prenups like that.
It don't feel like love to you.
It doesn't. It doesn't feel like, it feels so conditional. So conditional. And I'm such an unconditional love type of person. And if it's conditions like that, then I don't know. I just says the person that don't have $100,000 and some $1,000 in the bank. I mean, you know, that's just coming from me. But even if I did, I would still feel the same way.
Okay. What's up, B?
I think that it has everything to do with your position in life and your circumstances. If you have acquired a large amount of assets over your life, and you want to make sure that regardless of what may happen in this relationship, that your assets are secure, and that's the agreement that y'all have, then hey, go for it. On the flip side, if you feel like it's necessary and your partner to be does not, then you have to reevaluate that. That really has to weigh heavy. I do as far as the way the ladies put it, where it didn't even have to get to that point to where somebody's getting left at the altar. Initially I didn't think about that because I was just caught up in why she just didn't sign it if they agreed to it. But after April and CReneé explained their point of view on that, I actually agree with them. That could have been handled before the wedding. Before the day of. You know what I'm saying? That could have been handled the day before the day of. However, I do agree with if that's what they agreed upon, and it is him trying to secure his assets, then it shouldn't have been an issue. It was an agreement. That's just how I feel about it. As far as do I say, oh, everybody need to get a prenup? You know what? Everybody ain't in that stage where they feel like they need to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me and my wife didn't sign prenups. My wife was with me when I ain't had shit. Now I got a whole lot of shit. And if, God forbid something happened with her and I moved on in life, there's a strong chance that I would be looking at prenups with where I am now. But my circumstances when I didn't, what you gonna take half of the little bit of change I got here?
Right.
Now it's a little different. So, I think it weighs heavily on where you are in your life and what you're trying to secure and what you have acquired.
Okay. Something to read something real quick, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts. In the article, this is what he says. This quoted. This is what he said. He says, "I spent about $400,000 on the wedding, y'all. Pastor don't matter to me. I just want to marry you. I don't even give a damn. Now we had 2 weeks before the wedding, everything planned and ready to go. I'm like, look, bro, why I got to keep asking you about this prenup? It ain't like you don't know what's on it. What motives? This is what I told her. What motives you on? I ain't on nothing. I just ain't had time to sign it, planning a wedding."
I'm pretty sure if they spent $400,000, if he spent $400,000, they had a wedding planner. I'm pretty sure.
Right. So now, of course, you know how it goes. She was picking stuff with the wedding planner, and I get that. I'm gonna take a different approach.
I had a wedding planner. No.
So I'm gonna say I'm just gonna go a different route with CReneé in April. Again, the key word is that she agreed. So this means that they talked, they laid this out. He said where he's coming from. This is what I'm on. And at that point, if she knew in her mind, because we laying it on him, well, he should have did. No, if she already knew that she had a problem with it, she should have left the relationship, not drag a man into spending $400,000, knowing you did not really want to sign a prenup. He had the choice the minute he laid it out. This is where I'm at. This is who I am. This is where I'm at. And again, the key word out there was all said and done, she agreed to. Then you don't get to turn around and say, you know what, now let me drag you on. And if I continue to drag you on, if I continue to make excuses, then hopefully when we get to where we're really trying to go, then you've changed your mind after all this time. He never changed his mind. She changed her mind. And so again, he didn't put her through nothing. She put him through something because she knew. Again, they got the prenup 3 to 4 months. So we're gonna say 4 months before the wedding day. He presents it to her. Again, you had every opportunity to say, you know what? I really don't agree to it. Now we don't know what was all in the prenup. Whatever it was, they had to both sit down and do it. You get what I'm saying? We don't know what she would have gotten from it, whatever. But apparently
she might have been all right from the prenup. You never know.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Wherever, somewhere in her mind.
Now, when did she agree? Like, was it during little talk? Was it over dinner? Was it,
Ain't no telling. All we know is that, like you said, she agreed to it. No, I'm just saying. And so to say, well, it was him who should have. No, she should have. The minute she knew she was not forward, she should have just walked away. And what she did
was go away. I mean, if she dragged it out that long and she
thought it was gonna go
after excuses, she thought it was gonna go away. She thought he was, she probably agreed just to shut him up. Just, oh yeah, I sign it. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I get you. I'm sure she wanted $400,000 for a wedding. I wish I would. Listen, even if I had it, that's a lot of money. Like, can we, go get a nice house or something? I don't know. But I feel like she probably just wanted the limelight, the glamorous wedding. Like that's all she cared about. She wanted the wedding, not necessarily the marriage or whatever. And so she just kept putting it off and putting it off. And she didn't think that he was going to leave her at the altar. She thought her love was, way deeper and better than that.
Now,
she didn't think he was going to do that.
Now, I would say this also. CReneé, made the statement, was talking about, the conditions. I don't think it's even about, because I don't believe with people coming in and stuff with, because with conditions, because now that makes the relationship conditional. If you do this, then this is what you get, and if you don't do this, no, I don't agree in that. However, again, as Brock was saying,
Go ahead.
if I mean, depending on what you got and where you at in life, that sadly, I hate to say it, men and women look totally different. They get totally different when something don't go their way. That vindictiveness come out. And guess what? You know what? That paper solves that. So you can be just as mad as me. It don't matter. Go to divorce court. We can say, here it is, what it is. At the end of the day, we ain't got to go back and forth over fighting over nothing. Because, so in your scenario, we gonna say, CReneé, you with this guy. It starts out great and you're loving them and you just wide open. Y'all getting married and everything is everything.
Okay.
Then eventually now, this nigga will get to showing you a total different side of him. Y'all done built together, y'all done spent together, whatever the case may be.
Hold on, because wait a minute. I'm reading her response because she posted a letter that her lawyer sent to him August 5th. Wait a minute. Why is he bringing this shit up damn near 20 years later? This shit happened in 2005. He need to go on.
Well, because
anyway.
So if you follow him, he always talk about his experiences.
No. I'm saying her response, she responded the other day. It said, her response says, please look at the date 2 weeks before the wedding, not the 3 to 4 months you lied about on your live this morning. And also take note of who was copied. I am assuming that she said, I'm assuming that that's who sat down with attorneys. Keep lying, but I got receipts. You never even had the conversation with me about wanting me to sign a prenup and wouldn't even call the lawyers back, trying to avoid disappointing your mother. Keep it 100 for once. # receipts. A lie, don't care who tell it. And she said, in the paper says from her lawyer, it says, as a follow-up to our conversations and many messages regarding our meeting with Scott Downing, the attorney who will advise you on premarital planning, I am sending you this letter as I have been unable to reach you. As I have discussed with you numerous of times, it is imperative that you speak with Mr. Downing immediately. Given the fact that your wedding is currently scheduled for August 20th, we are running out of time. While I understand that discussing the prenuptial agreement with your fiance may be difficult, it is absolutely imperative that you understand the financial and legal repercussions of your upcoming marriage in the state of Texas. As such, I highly advise you to at least speak with Mr. Downing. Even if you are averse to entering a prenuptial agreement, there are certain planning techniques that we can employ to protect your current and future assets. But many of these strategies must be placed prior to you getting married. Once you are married, your options will be dramatically limited. As such, I asked you to call me on Monday, August 8th. We've already lost a considerable amount of time, and you must understand that it will take the attorney time to properly consult with you and plan accordingly. This was sent to him, to Stephen.
Okay, so my question is because so with her, so my question is with her, I guess, posting a letter,
so she's trying to say he asked the week of or the 2 weeks before the wedding to sign a prenup, not 3 or 4 months.
Not 3 or 4 months.
Okay, so
and she got the receipts.
And she got the receipts. She posted the documents.
Well, but again, see, to me, that would still be in a deflection. Well, hey, it
No,
don't matter.
2 weeks ain't enough for a person to think about if they want to sign to agreement.
No. Listen to what we're saying. It don't matter when it was. It don't matter when they got it. Whenever it was, she agreed to it. I don't care if it was 3 months. I don't care if it was 4 months. Whenever it was, there was paper in play that she had to sign, that they were going to sign. It don't matter. She posted something saying no. It wasn't. All she said is no. It really wasn't 3-4 months. It was 2 weeks before the wedding. But at the end of the day, you still didn't want to sign the prenup.
But they were trying to contact him, and he was avoiding them too. So
listen to me. How can he be avoiding? How can he be avoiding the prenup that he put together?
I guess they have a counter. I guess they have her whatever they needed to discuss with him.
If he didn't want to hear a counter, then there can be avoidance there. If he's not trying to hear a counter.
So I mean, again.
And 2 weeks is not enough for a person to think when you done planned a whole wedding and spent $400,000. No.
But hold on.
I'm sure.
Yeah. See, what's up, B?
Now let's go back to that $400,000 because you said something that I may be being a little petty here. You said 2 weeks ain't long enough if you done spent $400,000. She didn't.
Exactly.
Hold on. Did she spend that 400 or did he?
It don't matter. He should.
It kind of does. Kind of does. If you're gonna use that as a part of argument, if you're gonna use it as a point of argument, then it kind of matters.
But he could have gave that a whole 6, 7, 8 months ago, because it take a long ass time to plan a wedding with $400,000.
Okay, I'm just.
So he could have when he asked her and she said yes, he could have brought the paperwork and said, hey, now I know we just got engaged last week and you set the date for 10 months from now, but I just want to bring this to you that I have a prenup in place that you need to sign before we start planning. You don't do no shit like that 2 weeks before the wedding. That's stupid, especially when it take 3 to 5 business days for shit to get processed through the courts and shit any damn way. So that's not enough.
Well, you know what? Fine. Let's give everybody excuses then. She had her excuse, and right. Steve got his, because if this was 2005, he was still playing. So this was getting planned during the season. She didn't have enough time to figure out if she wanted to do the prenup. He didn't have enough time to stop her before the planning because he was getting ready for games. So they both fucked up.
Right.
No, I played a relationship.
Basketball don't start till October. The wedding was in August. They wasn't in basketball.
Baby girl, basketball don't start till October, but you just said it takes more than a couple months to plan a wedding. And if we're talking about the Spurs around 2005, they were making it deep into the playoffs. So he was probably playing in June.
Right.
Who did he play for in 05?
The Spurs.
Yeah, San Antonio.
I don't even know who he is.
Basically, me either.
The relationship was false from the beginning.
I
mean, if you ask for
probably on both sides.
Right. I'm telling you, she probably wanted that what was it, Basketball Wives type of life, and she just wanted the glitz and the glam, and it's overrated.
Because $400,000, she need to be slapped for even asking for $400,000. What do you need?
But she got the receipt
for a wedding. Beyonce wedding didn't even cost that much. She had 50 people.
Look, I'm not gonna judge nobody on their wedding, and the reason I'm not is because I'm pretty sure, depending on who you ask, somebody will say that somebody spent too much on their wedding. So if you got it and that's what you did, and I ain't in your pocket.
Lord,
like that.
I'm glad I only spent I think probably $40, and that was the dinner afterwards at Saltgrass.
Hey,
I spent every bit of the certificate at the court.
I'm not gonna speak on mine.
You ain't gonna speak on what?
On mine.
Listen, I'm getting the message, so I didn't even catch y'all, man. But
everybody was giving wedding quotes and what got spent on their wedding. I said I'm gonna leave mine alone.
I just think 400,000 is a bit much. That is too much. Like,
That's
if you
the
have money and
house.
you want a nice elaborate wedding, go for it. You do you, boo.
Especially when you don't even come for money like that to be asking for somebody to pay $400,000 for a wedding. That's no.
Come on, man. Listen, all this sound good, but let's be real. This chick was, and you got to remember now, she ended up on Basketball Housewives, or whatever the hell it was, Basketball Wives.
Yeah, 5 years later.
Right, but so let's be real.
Yeah, she was playing the long game.
She didn't get married. It wasn't about her loving him. It was about the experience. It was about the pageantry. She knew she had a dude who had the money, and so
No, that ain't fair to say, especially when she posts the documents.
Well, what I'm saying is, again, if I got money, I didn't have my wife ain't have no price on what we can spend and what we can't. I didn't tell this is what we can't spend. That's just how most dudes are, unless you got a budget where you like, hey, this all I got. That wasn't really the case. So I can see him as a millionaire who like, shit, I got 400. If my girl want 400, if that's what she want to do, that's how we always do. This is
he probably like, man, 400, fine. I make that in the game or two. Here
right. Hey, you know what? This is what my girl want. She wanted to be this way.
It's relative.
Accommodating,
Okay,
and he had the money. Now again,
I would.
All
right. This is the example that I use when I say that it's relative. Let's talk about divorces. When Jeff Bezos got divorced, I believe his wife, who, for all intents and purposes,
or 35 billion.
32.5 billion for the divorce. Now, she was a housewife. She took care of their kids, was there through the from the beginning of Amazon when he was building the shit in the garage and it was just selling books. But 32 billion, there are a lot of people who would argue, damn, did she need 32? Did she need enough coming out of that divorce to instantly become the third richest woman in the world?
Hell yeah. If I helped you build this motherfucker, that's my
hold on. No, but she openly says that she really didn't. It was his company. And she actually openly says
modest.
Modest. Well, how you gonna assume that? And Boss Hog can't assume that the chick don't love old boy.
Right.
You can't assume that. I'm going off of the words that she's saying.
But then hold on, let me finish. She didn't leave him. He left her.
She also openly says that there were many times
at the altar. She didn't leave him at the altar.
There were also many times that she, Bezos's wife, openly said that there was times when she didn't support the business and thought it was a pipe dream. Yet he still gave her 32 billion.
Ooh, just because she thought it was a pipe dream, don't mean she didn't help or contribute.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Let me get this straight real quick, because let me ask this, because I'm just trying to figure out where April going. I get what B's saying. So what you're telling me, April, is that even if we're gonna say she passed out flyers, right, for his company and shit.
Y'all know that white woman went through.
So she should. I
don't know what she went through.
Hold on. So she should receive something because she shared a couple of flyers.
Wait a minute. What was the punchline, so to speak? So they divorced and he didn't, or
she helped him start Amazon.
I guess my punchline is this. My punchline is this. My punchline is this. My punchline is this. If it's okay on one hand for a broken relationship for money to be flooded upon one person, everybody's like rah rah rah, but then on the other hand, looking down on a dude because he's trying to protect his assets, where's the disconnect? You know what I'm saying? Because I want to know where why is one side of this cool where okay, she deserved this and she should get everything she got, but when the dude tries to protect his ass, then he looked at funny. And I'm not saying that's what anybody on this panel is saying. I'm saying the vast majority would say, oh, why he got to sign the prenup anyway? And why he doing this and why he doing that? Oh, he just being a whole ass nigga, so on and so forth. Meanwhile, if it flips and the other way happens and a woman is given a whole hell of a lot of money, it's okay. And I want to know what the disconnect is with that.
The disconnect if I understand you correctly, and I apologize while you
No,
were
you
giving the
good.
story. My daughter came in and talked to me.
No, you good.
So when they got married, Amazon guy, they came together as equals, right? So she helped build.
Somewhat.
She helped build the
No,
company.
but well, that's just
Ain't
it.
no
A lot of it,
somewhat,
she
she helped that man.
was you in the garage with her?
She was in the garage with him.
She said she wasn't.
Well, hey, but you say that, but y'all remember Acrimony, the movie. She
Yeah.
didn't really believe in his dream, but she kept, she
Funding
did
his
follow
shit,
her
letting him
husband.
fuck up the house and burn the house down and shit.
Huh?
Okay. All right. I'll leave that argument alone.
No, if somebody been there with you when you was grinding and they stood by you and they supported you, whether they thought it was stupid or not, they are owed. I'm sorry, because I'm sure she contributed, not just no damn flyers. Because first of all, can't no man make no billion company that great without a woman. I'm sorry. Nope. Mm-mm.
Well, me, hold up. Now I gotta weigh in real quick.
He only got the
I
millions.
like the view.
He only rich as fuck now because he ain't paying taxes and he he monopolizing on over every damn thing because
So
wait,
no, I want to go back to the
Amazon for
original
everything.
statement. No
Hold on.
man can make a company worth billions without a woman.
Oh Lord.
So can I? No. I'm not even. This to me. I want to flip the script. Can the same be said about a woman? No woman
It
can.
sure can. It sure
I
can.
call bullshit because there's plenty of them out there that do it. Men and women alike.
Mm-hmm. Definitely agree.
Well,
y'all tapping into some different.
I'm talking about from a ground up. I'm talking about from a ground up.
Okay, don't matter. Watch this. I'm like Rick Ross said. Excuse my language if you're watching. I know I got some adults, but we are grown here. So this is me. Rick Ross said, "Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym."
Kobe said that too, but he did still go buy that $8 million
Right.
ring to make up.
With that being said, and I apologize, CReneé. I know you probably shared the little video, but they adults and grown people shit out of church.
it's okay.
Be real. It is what it is.
It's okay.
Let's be real, man. If I don't care what situation it is, I don't care what type of business it is, I don't care like right now with me doing what I'm doing, and I'm with somebody who say this goes somewhere. Just say, for instance, somebody hit me up and say, you know what? Listen, I've been seeing what you've been doing for all these years or whatever. I would love to start cutting y'all some checks, and all of a sudden I'm start throwing y'all a couple of dollars, and niggas really started to make some money from this shit. And then all of a sudden it's a handout where I've been with you when it wasn't doing nothing, but I'm gonna ask you, how did you help me build it from where it was to where did I get it? Other than that, what do I owe you just because you're married to me?
But yeah,
I'm sure there was like her needs
that's
were not met because he was busy building his company. I'm sure there was many sacrifices that was done. And so go back to B-Rock's question is what's the difference? Again, I just feel like they came in together as equals, so to speak. And that was regardless as to how you want to spin it, regardless if she believed in it or not, she was still there by his side as he was building that company. So yes, of course, be fair, get a woman something. But
what?
I didn't say don't give her nothing at all.
Right.
$35 billion. He got how much out of it? How much is he worth and still making? That's
all
enough.
I'm saying is if the only reason for me having to have given something to my significant other all I'm saying is based off the fact that she was with me, it's a no-go to me. It's just because you were with me. Because if that's the case, then that's just like me giving it to.
You. It's
Hold on.
They helped you.
Hold on. It don't. That's what I'm saying. Listen to what I said. All I'm saying is if the basis of the whole giving is basing off because we were together, it's a no-no. Now, if you actually help me get somewhere,
apparently.
that's fine.
Help.
I'm gonna give you a prime example. Watch this.
Both of you are married, right? And Boss Hog, you had a petty crew, right? Mm-hmm. So between the hours of 2 and 4, your wife holding the house down. So she may not have her hands into the petty crew, but she's helping you hold the house down while you doing this, right? So again, define help. Come on now, come on. We got to be honest.
No,
so
listen. I see where you're going, and you saying, well, Was she holding the house down? I mean, that sounds good, but again, it sounds good. It just listen, y'all can come out when you want to with
It
it.
sounds good.
It
Does
sounds
she
great.
share it? Does she share it to her page so other people on her page can view it? That's help. That's making your
There you
page
go.
relevant. That's
Okay.
getting you viewers.
Listen, okay, how
So
y'all
whether
finna
she
do it?
passed out flyers or helped deliver stuff for him, that's help.
But that's what
She
I
may
just
have did.
said. I can get if
That's
you
like
have
my
actually.
husband. My husband's an electrician. I don't do no electrical work, but when he needs stuff done for his business, who he call? Me.
So again, that's my point. I can get if you're doing something. What I'm saying, if the premise of giving back is just because we're married, I got a problem with that. Now, if you've helped me along the way to help me build in some shape, form, or fashion, you're right. I'm more
Now
than
you
fair.
be a
But
fool
if
to
you
think
ain't
that
did
she
nothing,
didn't help that man if he started from scratch. I was born that night, but not last night. And I
B-Rock
be damn
just said,
whether she want to
B-Rock,
be modest and say she didn't help or whatever. We know that woman helped that man.
we don't know shit. B-Rock said that this woman said she ain't done nothing. So you can't tell this woman.
No, yes, we can. You know what? She's right. We can, just like you cannot assume, sir, that woman does not love that man. You can
Right.
also not sit here and say that other woman didn't help
Right.
that man build that business.
Right.
Don't do that. Be right.
Yeah, like I said, man, this is a touchy subject, like, because, for a lot of folks, they agree with them, and then you have folks who don't. I'm one of those, I do. I just told the good
So
doctor
he was
straight up,
taking
yeah, I
the
believe in that
orders
shit.
and delivering them himself, building the website. He did all that by his goddamn self. Oh, he needs a Pulitzer, the Nobel Peace Prize, and everything else. If he did all that by himself without the help of nobody.
I didn't
No,
say
ain't
didn't have
nobody say
nobody. I
nobody,
said it
but
was
you
her.
pay for
That's
somebody
what
to do
that's
that.
what
Well,
you
I
think.
can
That's what you're
actually
trying to.
take it. I can
What's
take
up?
it a little step further. When I was
Okay.
married, my ex-husband had this music magazine that was in a city, right? Couldn't stand it. Thought it was the stupidest thing. I didn't believe in it. What XYZ. But because of, he always made a point to nag and nag and nag and nag and nag. Indirectly, whether I wanted to help him or not, I did it. I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did in some form or fashion. So I'm sorry, I'm with my girl April.
That's like saying when Kobe
leave.
didn't give his parents any money. Well, who was paying for you to play basketball? Who taught you how to play basketball? Who did XYZ so that you could play basketball? You hell, that shit right there don't sit well with me either.
So what you
that Kobe didn't
saying?
give his parents no money?
Your parents, my mama would have been the first person that would have been taken care of. My mama would never have to want for shit else. I don't give a damn if she didn't like my wife or not.
Hey, but your mama and Kobe and his mama had a different relationship, and I think that's the
But
one thing
he
that
wouldn't be who he is.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I think the one thing that we and myself included that we all neglect to realize is that just because we feel like we would be a help to somebody, just because we feel like we're supporting somebody, or just because we feel like, hey, if I make it, anybody who gave me a slither of help is straight.
No, damn,
don't mean
your
that
mother didn't give you a slither of nothing. She gave you life. So therefore, right there, there's not a dollar amount that could repay my mama for giving me life, let alone making sure that I'm worth. How much Kobe is worth? $1 billion. Or more than $1 billion.
His mama, wait a minute, hold up. So again, let me make sure I'm clarifying this. Just because she gave birth,
I didn't say that. I said that alone. I said, but who taught the nigga how to play basketball? Who paid for his basketball fees, shoes, clothes?
I don't know. I think it was Michael Jordan. I don't know.
School. Who did all of that? He didn't do that shit by himself.
Stephen Curry.
He didn't do that shit by himself. He didn't teach himself how to play basketball.
His coach, listen.
He didn't pay to go play basketball. I'm sure some fees and dues and shit had to be paid to play kiddie basketball, team basketball, for you to even be looked at, for them to come to your school to even look at you. So therefore, your parents made sure you went to a school where you was being looked at. Hell, let alone your daddy played in the damn played professional football. So that right there.
So I got the answer for you.
Baby,
The
April
coach is the one that paid the
gonna tell
fee.
you the truth that you don't want to hear.
The coach.
Oh no,
is
that's
one
the truth
took
that
him
you
to
want to
the
hear. I'm getting ready to
camp.
tell the truth that people ain't gonna want to hear.
Yeah, I mean, again, you know, I don't, again, giving birth don't mean sense of entitlement. What's up, B? I'm just looking at your face. What's up?
Like I was saying before, April went off on her tangent about her giving life.
Love it.
All right, cool. I get that. Again,
I
like I
can
said,
take it back.
that's you. Hey, you could, and that's between you and the ones that you birthed. But what I'm saying is this: everybody, like the point I was making before, everybody does not have the same relationship with the people who are involved and they come up as we do. So you feel the way that you do, and you feel quite strongly about that, and we can tell that in the passion in which you have in your still shot in on your picture. We can tell.
Shut up.
Now, but what I will say is this: everybody don't got that relationship, and I'll say everybody don't got their relationship to this point. There are a lot of people that may have attributed to some form of fashion of my success. And if I ever get to the point to where I just got money like that and I'm really, really just balling like that, for any of my people who are watching and may feel like you sprinkled any form of fashion of fairy dust on me on my way up the ladder, don't expect shit. If I give you something, it's because I wanted to. Do not expect shit. Nothing. Not a motherfucking thing unless I decide. So I'm just putting that out there, and people, you know, everybody looks at it how they look at it. If one of my kids, you know, goes off to be some tremendous wealthy success, I'm not expecting shit. That's their success. That's their success. I'm not gonna be behind them with my damn hand like, oh no, motherfucker, I'm the one who laced up them. You know what? You were if you feel that strongly in the impact that I had on you and you want to do something for me, great. If you don't, that's your success. Enjoy it.
Right.
Well,
that's it. And I ain't knocking nobody for how they do it.
My money for you.
How you gonna call how I feel bullshit though? You feel how you feel. That's just how I feel.
I'm not saying how you feel is bullshit, but I'm saying it's overall. From my perspective, is bullshit because to me, I feel like if I'm investing my money, spending my money on you, I expect something in return. I really do.
That's just kind of what parents do because you brought these motherfuckers into the world.
But I didn't bring you into the world. I'm only required by law to make sure you have a roof over your head.
Yeah, but if you decided to do something, just because you decided to do some extra, don't mean that you're gonna necessarily. All right, so are you doing the extra with a hope on the return? Are you doing the extra? No, what I'm saying is
they don't have to pay me back for shit
you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
Hold on.
You're saying if you did that extra, those investments and all of that, and you took them to the practices, you was the one at the gym with them. You decided to do that. No. So are you doing it? Are you doing it because you want to, or are you doing it because you're hoping to get a return on your investment?
No,
because I know. Hold on, because I'm gonna finish my point. I'm gonna finish my point. I'm gonna finish my point because I'm gonna finish my point because the fact of the matter is, when I do it for my kids, I'm not doing it for no return on the investment. I'm doing it because I fucking want to do it.
No, I'm not a sports person. That's their daddy. So yeah, I consider it an investment. I'm more of an academic. I'm worried about your school. Now, you go out there and be successful on your own from your brain. I can't control that. But if I put money for some shit that I don't even give a damn about, because I don't give a damn about basketball, football, and all that shit. They want to do that. So that's some shit they want to fucking do. So that's my money that I got to go to fucking work for to make sure that they can play for football, have nice cleats. My son wears a 14 shoe and he's only 13. So I'm spending hundreds of dollars on his ass, let alone, don't even count Nico yet, but him, and he wants to play. I don't care about that. So yes, I do expect if you make it to the pro, run me my money. Run me my money. And as selfish as it may sound, but I'm only required by law to make sure that you have food in your stomach, a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and you go to school until you graduate.
Now you say
I
run
push
you
for
your money.
academic. I push for
I
academic.
got you. You
Hold
say
on,
run
B.
you your money. I got one question on the run you your money, and this ain't just for you. This is for anybody who may agree with you. Run you your money. Okay, cool. Let's say you held on to every receipt that you spent on anything that you didn't necessarily give a damn about, but did for the kid. That kid made it pro. Let's say them receipts tallied up to, we'll call it $200,000. This kid makes $4 million a year. He run you your $200,000. Is y'all debt cleared?
Hell yeah.
Or do you want interest?
Simple as that. Run me
Okay,
my money.
so CReneé, go on and talk to me because I know you done had your hand up. What's up, C?
I was gonna ask, is it the same to like my daughter now? She's studying to be a music engineer. So let's just say she in the next couple of years, she the female, I don't know, Jay-Z. I don't know.
Female Timbo.
Okay, right. Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay. So I'm not going to expect anything from her. However, let's just say if I ask for something or, I don't expect to be denied either. So is that the same thing? Like, I'm not going to automatically expect, ooh, she done made it big, so now she better do this or do that. But if I come to her and I say, hey, your mama needs some help over here or something, I don't expect her to be like, no. I think that's when I get pissed. Is that the same?
No. I'm going to say this, man.
Is that the same?
Hold on, B.
I don't know, man.
Listen, I'm going to say this because I'm sure all of us can play. Well,
and it's her
I know
prerogative.
Beaters play sports. CReneé, have you played sports?
I hate sports. No,
okay, but you were in the.
I was a cheerleader. That was it.
Okay, so that's still kind of sports that costs. That costs money.
No, a lot of money.
My mother have two children, two boys. Played everything. We didn't just do football. That's already thousands of dollars. We ran track, thousands of dollars. Soccer, thousands of dollars. And we go to the league. We're going to say we made it professionally. It don't matter whichever one. We did that. And I'm just trying to follow April. And so we should automatically, because of what my parents poured into our sports. We ain't even talking about clubs and shit like that, but just sports. We should, because they did that for us, in return, pay them something. Y'all don't, let's be real, since we're talking business, because what you're talking about is business. You and your children don't have a contract going that says, if you make it, you owe me XYZ. And secondly, I would say for any parent who is doing it with the expectation of getting something returned, that's just coming from a bad place. It's no different than our children. We're pushing our children to go to schools, play this ball, go to college.
That's why I don't push for sports. I'm not a sports parent. I'm an
Well, you don't have to, but what I'm saying is, because your stance is this.
My stance was based off of Kobe, how he did his parents, and I felt like it was selfish and stupid. And you cut your and it comes back on you.
Okay, and
take care of those that helped you. That is that is your right. That is your duty to take care of those that helped you along the way. Because if like I say, it take a village. You take care of that village that was there, that was out there in the mud grinding with you, so that you can be successful and have the shit that you have. Because had he had neglectful ass parents, we wouldn't know who the fuck Kobe Bryant is. And that's the only thing that I was trying to say. Now, whole thing as far as the business and shit, now I was just being facetious. But at the end of the day, for some shit that I don't want to put my money into, that I do for you, it shouldn't be no problem for you to take care of me if you make it big, especially knowing what all I had to do so that you could have.
Right. I mean, and again, I kind of understand.
But do you not? I mean, would you agree? And I'm not saying you would be that parent, but would you agree that there are also a lot of parents out here who have spent all of their kids' money, who had that same thought process? Oh, you made it. You owe me now.
It's unfortunate, but
it happens. Am I right?
I mean, you put boundaries on it. Like I look at it like Candy.
Well, okay, but where are the boundaries? I guess where are the boundaries?
It should be boundaries on how much you should take care on your parents. Like Candy from Real Housewives, she takes care of her mother, and her mother can't stand her husband. Her mother thinks that he after her money, which truly I think the mama is, but that's still her mother, and she don't give a damn what anybody got to say about her mama.
Y'all refresh my memory.
Got her own house.
Y'all refresh my memory. Who is Candy? I'm sorry.
SWB. I mean, from Escape.
Oh, okay. She the one who married the dude that everybody think trying to get her money. Okay, all right,
yeah.
all right. I'm tracking now.
But her mama still got a 4-bedroom house. She still pay her mother bills, knowing that her mama don't like her husband and all this shit, and ain't helped her do a lick of shit when she was coming up with Escape. But cause her mama didn't. That was mainly somebody else's mama that was like the road manager and shit. But yeah, but that's her mother. That's the lady that gave birth to her. That's the lady that was probably sell her ass to take care of her. That's
hold on,
April. I'm talking about.
Right. Okay.
I don't want that because now the mother feels a sense of entitlement. Like I'm very.
And then see, that's why I said Candy should put boundaries on it.
So can you? I know you may not know the exact particulars, but are there any other boundaries that you can explain so we can have an idea?
Like, I mean, I don't think her mother is, because I mean, her mother operates her restaurant with her because it's called the Old Lady Gang, and with her mother.
Okay, so she is working.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
she's working for some
restaurant.
All right, I'm cool with that. I'm talking about the parents that's like, I took your ass to practice every day. I'm finna sit on my ass for the rest of my life. And I don't care if you get injured. I don't care if your contract, if you get cut. Because I mean, we all, for those of us who follow athletics, everybody don't have that long career. And there's more stories about people who make it and their families bleed them dry than there are people who make it and don't give what some family member feels like they should have. There's a lot more stories about people's families bleeding them dry.
Oh,
right.
and
I guess that's why it's so a sore subject for me, because I actually know people personally who made it to the league and they ain't got a dime to show for it because they was, oh man, you know what? I gotta take care of the family. I gotta take care of the family, man. You know, they took care of me. You know, I gotta keep it real. I gotta, make sure I don't forget about the family. I gotta make sure I don't forget about the hood. And then when they got hurt and didn't re-sign, where was the hood at? Where the family at that was, where was the family at that was, oh, well, they poured it, but they still got their hand out. I actually have a friend whose parent and step-parent stopped speaking to him for a while because he ended up getting hurt, got cut, and he couldn't keep up with the bills on the house that he bought for them. And now they mad at him.
That's too much. That's entirely too boundaries.
Thank you. That's why it's boundaries.
It ain't even.
And that's why I said define the boundaries. Is it contingent on how much you make? How long your contract is? Is it guaranteed? Now you're going from a parent-child relationship to what Boss Hog was talking about, which is a fucking business agreement.
And so here's my deal. Hold on, CReneé. So here's my deal, and then I'm gonna pass it to you. When we're doing for our children, it should be coming from the heart at the end of the day. If my children get to wherever they want to in life, because I was raised, my mother, B-Rock done met my parents, say my mama tell you straight up, I don't owe you shit. My mother didn't give a damn about sports, but you know what? She ain't never missed a game. And I told you, we were 3 sports niggas. I could have went to college in every sport that I played in. Soccer had letters coming, track, letters, football. It did not matter. But they did it because that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to keep us busy. And my mother will tell you straight up, I don't give a damn I don't care about no sports. Matter of fact, let them grades slip. How about you won't be playing? That's just how my T. Joan was when it came. So she's just like you, April. It's the same thing. However, anytime my first job, I think I was either 14 or 15. Well, my first job, 14, I wasn't getting paid. 15. I'm collecting checks early. My mother wasn't in my pocket. My parents, mom wasn't like, okay, you working. I need you to run me some money to some bills or some shit like that because now you got a job. No, you need to learn how to take care of yourself financially now that you can manage your own money. And so wherever we would have got in life, my mother the same way. You don't owe us nothing. What you owe for us is for you to make a better life for yourself. Let me make sure, because I've raised you a certain way. Let me, you don't owe us shit. Right. We didn't do it for you to give anything back to us. But what we did put in you at some point of now, if something ever was to happen to my mama, my daddy. Now, if they call, if my mama said, hey, I need, it's gonna happen. I'm on my way. Not because they required it or felt like they were entitled to it, because what they invest is because what they instilled in us. So yeah, it wouldn't have to be a thing where my mama and daddy have to walk around like what we did for y'all, so now y'all need to do for us. No, they did. So listen, my mama always is teaching something. No, I show you grace so you can give grace back to somebody else. I show you mercy so you can show somebody else mercy. So, like I said, I understand where you're coming from. I just think at the same time, you move from a parent to a business. No, I've invested in you, and this is what you owe me. We don't know Kobe's and them situation. Listen, I just love sports. All I know is me and this dude was born the same day, the same year, all that shit. I'm still trying to figure out either I'm older or he older, literally. So again, like I said, I get both sides of the spectrum. You know, but I know for me, my kids go and do whatever they want to in life, and they don't even have to be sports. I wouldn't give a fuck if they became engineers, and we know engineers make hell of a money. I'm not gonna turn around and say, well, you know what? I made sure when you was hungry, I shot you money for you in college and woo, 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 woo. No, listen, what you owe me is to do something with your life. That's the only thing you really owe to me. With that being said, Candace, you got the last word before we get out of here. I was
just gonna say my payback, and when we get off, I'm gonna share something with y'all via Facebook. My payback is to see my daughter happy. My daughter has been doing music for the last since she's been in college, and to see her growing and moving into the young woman that she is. That's my payback, because I know my baby, she's on the right track, and she is using those jewels and the morals that I've placed and the wisdom that I've placed into her to become a better woman than I was at her age. That's my payback right there. And I love it. I love it. Now, hey, I don't knock the next person or whatever you choose. But I can't keep count of the things that I've done for my children. I'm a mom.
Okay.
I will never stop doing for my kids. I don't care if they're 40, 50, if I'm able, I'm gonna always, I don't keep any record of that. How can you as a parent, So, but that's just, you said
you can never repay your parent back, because we don't know how much to tell you how much you owe us.
Right. I tell my son the same thing. Listen, man, you can never repay me back nothing.
You can't.
Because what I spend on you, it'll take you a lifetime trying to get back to me. Absolutely. You can't pay me back nothing. I remember my son did that one time. I gave him some money for something, and whatever it was I paid for him, and he was like, well, I'm gonna pay you back. And I just had to tell him, man, listen, you can't afford to pay me back. You just really can't. You can't do it. Now,
I'm gonna be petty for a second, and I'm gonna say I beg to differ.
Because,
no. Hold on. Let me get the point across. I get what you're saying. Moralistically speaking, no, you cannot pay your parents back. However, since we're talking about business agreements and holding on to receipts, if your child was Jeff Bezos and he put $1 billion in your lap and said, "Leave me the fuck alone," I paid you back. You might be paid back, my nigga. I'm just saying.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
My point is this: there, for some people, not all. That moralistic view that you're bringing, there are parents out there with a price tag. Let's not act like it isn't, and that's why it's near and dear to me when it's like, yo, y'all do what y'all do. Y'all be all the payments you got for me is just be successful.
Right.
It ain't got shit to do with giving me nothing.
Get out my house is all I'm worried about. I'm counting the days. I don't care if he grows up to be Shaq, Kobe,
90 rule.
Look.
Hold on. She's saying get out, but make sure that he run her them shekels too.
Say, man,
shut up.
I'm gonna tell you a real life story.
She want her gold doubloons.
My mother wrote a contract for me and my brother. Real life story. My mother wrote a contract for me and my brother when we needed to get up out the crib. Here's a contract. This is what it says. Y'all sign it. By this date, y'all need to adhere to it. You have until this date. So between now and then, I suggest you be working to get somewhere. That stuff was done to teach us stuff. You get what I'm saying? To hold to your word, to do this and this and that. Because if I like I said, my mama just a different breed. Because if I let y'all stay here and do all that, you go stay in the nest. But I gotta get y'all to get up out of here and go live. Get up out here and be adults out here in the world. My teacher on them literally wrote a contract. I ain't never ran across nobody parents who'd have never. This is just me. Write a contract. Your ass need to be up out. Y'all need to. Y'all are young men. You need to be getting your money straight, your own place and all that. And again, those are just different things to teach your lessons. Now, have I ever said to my son, I give $100 for something? I said, and I want my money back. It was before his first check. I said, but I want my $100 back when you get paid. All right, I'll give it to you. Now, in that case, I'm doing it because now I need to see if you're going to be a man of your word. When you say to me, I just need $100 until I get my check. You get what I'm saying? Otherwise, I wouldn't have never asked for it back. But since you say you're going to give it back to me, run me my money. That's it. That's more or less, you need to understand your word holds something. Don't tell somebody you're going to do something, then you just choose not to do it. But listen, with that being said, man, we want to thank everybody for checking in to our live. Please forgive us if we have not got to your messages or comments on our Facebook Live. I want to thank our guests for calling me and reaching out to me on my phone. So anybody else who want to weigh in, because we are in the middle of this coronavirus outbreak, shoot us a message on either the Petty Crew page, or if you're somebody watching on any one of our pages, shoot us your email, and we would love to have you guys on and put you on so we can hear what you got to say. That way, you're not calling our cell phones.
Don't have nobody naked in the background like Mike Vrabel did on the draft.
Ooh, damn! And we didn't even get to all that. We didn't get to all that.
Well, they weren't naked; they was on the toilet. But either way,
yeah, we didn't get to the little stuff in the videos. We might just bring it up next Sunday. But in any case, man, listen, like us on Facebook, Instagram. We're on Twitter at the Petty Crew 1. Next Sunday, we will have a R&B artist, AB, who we will be interviewing. We will also be playing some of his music. And so I'm definitely looking forward to that interview. If you are a business and you want to put your business out there, reach out to us. We reach anywhere from 50-some thousand people a month up until 150, just depending on how we want to push everything we're going to be doing. So, again, thank everybody for tuning in. CReneé, any last words?
Oh, thank you. Great show. Great topics, everyone. And hey, it's your girl CReneé. Glad to be here again.
Already. April O'Neil, what's up?
Shoot, I'm finna lay down and go to sleep.
Damn, y'all don't want to let nobody know where they can follow y'all, man.
On Facebook, April O'Neil is where you can find me.
Already. Miss Dallas, Divas of Dallas, plug your business, baby.
Yes,
what's
I'm
up?
sorry. You can follow me on Candace Renee or CReneé, that's CRENEE 3865 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or you can go to the Divas of Dallas page and follow all of the divas, female entrepreneurs in Dallas, Texas.
Already.
And that's it.
What's good?
Hey, I know where y'all can find me. Ed Brock is great on all social media platforms, and also be on the lookout. The Just My Thoughts pod is coming soon. For those who got anything they want me to touch on, it's going. I'm open. So just shoot me what topics you want to hear, and it'll pop up on Just My Thoughts as well as the Petty Crew.
Already, yeah. Listen, we are definitely excited about that. I can't wait to see it and share it, the whole nine. With that being said, man, listen, y'all can catch us next Sunday at the same time, the same place, doing what we do best. giving y'all our thoughts raw and uncut because today the shit got real with April. And so I love that. With that being said, man, we will be replaying it tomorrow. So catch it sometime tomorrow somewhere on any platform. YouTube, I'll probably have this video uploaded probably later on tonight. Go to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to that. We're really trying to build that up. We have a cool following on Facebook, but we really want you guys to now start going to YouTube. So please subscribe to the Petty Crew channel on YouTube. With that being said, man, we are out until next Sunday.
Alrighty.
Go Cowboys.
There you go with that bullshit.
Go
Boys, for
Cowboys.
Hold on,
Bye,
guys.
y'all.
Hold up.